if you want to check your character, at the top right, there's like a bunch of tabs, and you want to click on the actors tab.
Actors.
And,
there's
so
me, Father John Carver.
You click on yourself. You'll see obviously all your basic stats and your skills, as well as your hit points.
That's fucking cool.
Your hit points, your sanity, your magic, and your luck are on the left. Combat, you've got the weapon that you start off with. So Ted's only start off with his fists. You also start off with some gear. Some of those are your treasure possessions. Because we're starting on a boat, I've not included some things that didn't make sense. But when we start the actual campaign, you'll have all your stuff. And then you've got the backstory as well, which is all the things that you wrote about your character. If you go on skills, so one thing I will say is, it might not be immediately obvious what something like, I don't know, library use might entail as a skill. So if you go to, for example, library use, there's a tiny little like I button.
It should be noted that Ashwin is not in Discord right now, so should we get him here before we do in all the tutorials?
Yeah. Where is Ashwin?
Good question.
Well, it's not yet 8 o'clock, so.
Oh, yeah, true. I didn't even notice him. He's in the thing.
Who's Andrew Boner Law? That's Ashwin. Nice, that's a good picture. What a hell of a name, Boner Law.
Where's that?
That's the picture that he sent of his lab.
Chat.
Did you get a new microphone, Miles?
I did quite a while ago, though.
I haven't played Dota with you in a
Really
while.
leaning into it tonight, I'd say. He's got the ASMR setup. Really.
His character.
I've got to do my woman voice soon.
I've got you.
Oh my god!
Are you really?
No, I probably won't. But...
Wait, are you're Evelyn Blakely? God, at least we've got a bloody woman in our party, for Christ's sake.
That's what I was thinking. Kind of 5 lads.
I will say, I won't be doing any voices, so just, I can't do voices, so there's no point me ruining the evening by trying to do those. A select few I might be able to do, but
it's just practice, mate. Chuck yourself in.
I'm too nasally for good voices.
I want to give me an example of a cultist.
A cultist?
Yeah, some cultist threatening us.
It has to be like, just start off with like a weird noise.
Okay.
And then, I tell you what, I don't actually have to say much in this one, but I will practice. I'll see if I can get some...
Yeah, chuck some in, bub. It's just confidence, isn't it?
I'll get some,
Just make sure they're not all the same, and we're away with it.
Yeah.
Just channel your inner fish priest, and sort of send it out there.
God, yeah. The thing is that doing other voices often like hurts my throat.
All right.
So I don't tend to... When I had a spate when I was playing Rust, not the fish priest, a different time.
Mole men period, I think.
Oh, I actually just realised something. If you right click and move the background, you shouldn't be able to do that, but
No,
I can't move anything.
But on Ted's stream you can for some reason.
Can I?
You zoomed out? Yeah, you're zoomed out.
really.
I don't know how I'm.
Isn't that because he's full screen, so it's giving it more?
Oh
space?
yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, so I said it. So I mean, if you don't mind it,
He doesn't actually see more. He just has the grey borders.
Yeah, because I've set it for just like normal browser, not full screen. So if you're fine with it looking like
it's not cutting in much. If I toggle between the two, I'm fine with it.
I might be because I don't know why you've somehow managed to.
I've got a whopper of a monitor.
You can
Yeah, it
scroll
will
in a
be
bit.
literally that.
You can scroll in a bit and move it around to.
How do I scroll in and out?
Should just be with the middle mouse.
The wheel does nothing, and I can't move around either.
Try clicking one of the other tabs at the top.
I got people.
Yeah, any of them.
I can't zoom in and out.
Jump, Alistair.
Waffle just resubbed for 24 months. New year, new goose.
You
Charlie the Schnoz McLean. My God.
you zoomed out at the start or something.
Axel
Oh.
vetoed. Scoop McLean.
What was
give
wrong
me a
with
sec,
Scoop
I'll
McLean?
I'll see if I can. Right, so I think I can change this feature.
Display game canvas.
No, don't worry.
The game canvas.
Basically, what happened is I locked the. Right. Okay, so you should be able to move it now. If you come out of that.
Nope, I can't. Oh, I can zoom in and out, but
Yeah.
I can't scroll around.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You
Oh,
should
I
be able
can
to-
with my right mouse button. There, I can do
Okay,
it.
so
Alright.
if you scroll in until it fits the page.
How's that?
more.
If you look at the stream,
Yeah, that's fine. When you're satisfied, I'll lock it
I'm
again.
I'm satisfied. Thank you.
Um,
I see Ashwin in the chat. He said, "Well, no one was saying anything."
Ashwin, you gonna join the? What's going on here?
No, as
Nice
in the
job,
game
Alistair.
chat on the right.
Kitchen just resubbed
Yeah,
for
he-
45 months.
He said, well, no one was saying
Whoop,
anything, and he has not said anything since.
Nice jump, Alistair.
whoop. Bubbles just resubbed for 2 months.
He is still 2 minutes early, so
Very precise there, Ashwin. If you say start at 8, he's there on the dot.
he is there at 8. He's a scientist, for Christ's sake.
Fuck's sake.
No Tarkov, not tonight. This is Call of Cthulhu night.
Where is the lad?
Someone give him a bell.
We'll give it a bit. But
All right. So
I don't know.
Gregory, the other night, Mrs. F was away, and the kids were like, "Can we watch a scary movie?" And I was like, "Sure." So I made them watch The Thing, thinking this will scare the shit out of them. Didn't
Yeah.
raise a single frown. They just said, "Yeah, it was good."
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Weren't you scared?"
What,
They
not
were like,
even
"Eh."
the, not even the. I mean, I wouldn't say the film necessarily scared me when I watched it, but
Right.
But
But you're not 11 and 13, right?
No. I mean, I was scared of the concept. of the
Yeah,
character. That freaked me the fuck out.
But no,
It could be any-
they were not fussed.
But,
The only
but
bit that did unsettled them was when
the defib.
no,
Defib, sure.
no. The only scene that got them was when they cut their thumbs. They were like, "Oh my god!" And when there was a
Really?
bit where someone injected someone, and they couldn't bear that.
No way.
They just
'Cause
didn't care.
When I watched it, the defib bit, I was like, whoa, you know, like completely.
They just didn't care.
got me. The defib bit's incredible.
Yeah, that's
One
so
of my
good.
One of my favorite moments.
Just a great practical
any film
effect
I've
as well.
seen.
It was like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like it looks so real. All right, anyway, I'm good.
Alright, so
And Ashy
Yeah.
B is here. Ashwin,
I'm here.
hello. We're just having a quick run through explanation.
So just to quickly on the UI, so obviously at the top is all the places you can go. Actors, like I said, if you click on yourself, you see.
This
all
is
the
top right,
skills.
Ashwin.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for example, if most of the time it's you that's going to be, like investigating stuff and asking for roles on things. So, for example, if you were investigating, I don't know, a frog, right? That's a very basic example. If you're investigating a frog, you would say, "Can I investigate this frog using?" And you could say biology or zoology or natural world. You see what I mean? So the little I next to the skill gives you a bit of a rundown on ways in which you can use that skill. So you don't have to read all of them, but maybe the ones that you're heavily invested in might be worth just having a wee peek. If there's something that you're not 100% sure on. But other than that, it's fairly straightforward. It's just going to be all contained in here. So I think we can get started.
Wait, was Wishful Kit banned? Okay, they weren't banned. All right, sorry, Jonas is going mad. Carry on.
So we're playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition, and unlike D&D, this game's a bit more brutal, right? A bit more. It's less about heroics and more about just trying to postpone your inevitable descent into insanity.
Okay.
So
like Dotes with the Goons then. So
yeah, true. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one thing to note is that things in this game are extremely lethal. So, for example, getting shot with a bullet by a goon, a literal guy on the street, could kill you, theoretically. Right?
Okay.
So it's not like you're invincible Indiana Jones style.
We're just regular people, right?
You're literally regular lads.
All right.
It also means that the vast majority of sort of bizarre and disgusting creatures in the sort of mythos universe are way too difficult for you to sort of take on in like a hand-to-hand fight. So that's just that's not going to be too
Does that also mean when we go down to, like, say we went down to 3 hit points, we wouldn't just be like at the same capability, we'd be like fucking in a pile on the floor just about surviving.
Well, we will get to all of that. There are like some things that happen with lower hit point and stuff, but
we don't know what'll happen to us until until we cross that bridge.
Exactly. So the way that this game works basically is, obviously I will tell a bit of the story, and outside of bits that are happening to you right now, which is the things I will tell you, like, oh, something is happening, blah blah blah, it will be up to you to take the initiative and do the investigating and stuff.
Okay.
So it's a bit different to D&D in that regard. So I'll obviously give you some pushes just to sort of like make it a bit more obvious, and examples and things. But again, like I said, for example, if you go into a house, you could say, oh, I want to search the house, or I want to use this roll, or whatever. But we'll go through that when we get there.
Okay.
Other things.
I think let's do the other things as they come up.
Yeah, no, it's just one more thing before we start. There are, so most of the time you will obviously have control of your character. The exception to that is if you have a bout of insanity where something pushes you over the edge, I get to control your character for the most part. So like I said in the group chat, the one sort of significant person, item, or location that I told you to star, that's the one thing that I can't change. But if you want to have a bit more control over it in that scenario, I can pass over to you and you can think of something, but we'll get to that. But that's just to keep in mind that you can't change that bit. Okay, so we'll start. So we're playing the scenario, the Lightless Beacon. It should only take us 1 or 2 sessions.
Okay.
So, now we're starting off on a boat that's going to Rockport. So just before we get into the scenario overview, each of you need to introduce your characters and why they're on the boat going to Rockport, which is in Massachusetts, by the way. So
how big a boat? Do you mean a boat or a ship? Are we on like a little rowboat or like?
No, it's a cargo and passenger ship.
Okay.
So it's like medium size. So we'll start off with Greg, seeing he's at the top of the investigator list. If you want to quickly introduce Charlie the Schnoz McLean and why he's on the boat.
So Charlie the Schnoz McLean is a former soldier who fought in World War I, where he honed his skills in espionage and combat. So he's very sneaky. He has shell shock as a result of being in the war. When his conscription ended, he moved back to New York, where he was born, to care for his terminally ill mother. And it was at this point where he turned into it. He became a private investigator because he got into photography and used his skills that he honed in the military, as I said, to help him become good at his job. He's supposed to be quite hot-headed, a bit of a maverick, and has a pretty poor moral compass. And he's on the boat because he received an anonymous letter telling him that he has to be in Rockport at a certain time.
Very nice. All right, Miles.
Here comes the lady voice.
No.
Not doing
Okay,
that yet.
so my character is Evelyn Blakely. She grew up in a non-traditional 1920s family, so she was able to pursue her own interests, and that mostly consists of reading because her father was a philosopher, and essentially she just read like a whole range of subjects that she was interested in, and she would be recommended for a job at the local library in Vancouver, and she'd been working there ever since, continuing to read. She is ambitious, obviously, and she's also generous, but in a sense, she's generous to people who can't help themselves. So she expects a lot from people who are
Jurmika just resubbed for 23 months. Nice
and,
stop, mate.
I'm on this boat because she just fancied a getaway.
Fair enough. That is fair enough. Very nice. All right, Ted.
My name is Father John Carver. I'm from Belfast, and the reason I'm coming here. Wait, I'm trying to do a Northern Irish, and the reason I'm coming here is for a holiday. The bishop back in my clergy, back in the Bronx, has been doing my nutting, quite frankly, with lots of ecumenical arguments and lots of complaining about my style of clergyman. I grew up in Belfast, as you can tell by my excellent Belfast accent. I normally live in New York, but I thought I'd take a wee trip up the coast here and get a wee break from things. I'm just in town to explore and have a look at some nice Catholic churches and maybe see a few old friends. But I was known as a bit of a brawler back in the day in Belfast, and believe you me, I will brook no argument on the streets of the Bronx as I bring them the word of the Lord.
All right. Excellent. Okay, Plague.
My name is Dr. Klaus Heisler. I moved to America after World War I, disgusted by the state that Germany was in and looking for a better life. I was helped to set up my medical practice by my mentor, Dr. Gay Hitler.
A great man! A great man!
A great man indeed, a great man. And I'm here in Massachusetts to study the effects of prohibition on people's health and life here in Rockport.
Very nice. And finally, Ash Winner.
Right, hello, I'm Roy, taxi driver, and overall just love the English, you know. Originally from the East End of London, set up my own taxi firm when I was young. Obviously, it was a thriving business, but then a few years ago, a new taxi firm came on the scene, the Ubermensch, led by my nemesis, Freddie Nietzsche. I was forced out of my hometown. Had to leave the wife and kids behind, unfortunately. But I was offered a job, actually, here in, forgot the name of this town, but
Rockport,
Massachusetts. Rockport. And now I'm here trying to set up a new life.
Incredible. What a motley crew of. All right. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, just so you remember, if you when you click on your character, you can see the sort of stuff that you've got on you that might help in the investigations and stuff. So just to remind you, because it's a bit out of the way. Right. So I'll just go over the case overview quickly for the Light Speaker, and this is just the flavor text intro. So, April 12th, 1926, 8:15 p.m. The Beacon Island Lighthouse off the shore of Folly Point, Massachusetts, ceased to cast its light over the region's dangerous rocky waters about 15 minutes ago. As a result, the SS Essex County, a mixed passenger and cargo vessel on which you are all travelling to Rockport, has foundered on the rocks and has incurred considerable damage to its hull. The ship is sinking, and the crew hurries you toward one of the many small rowboats acting as the ship's lifeboats. As they load you in, they tell you your best bet is to aim for Beacon Island. They doubt you'll make the mainland, as a storm is brewing. You should have just enough time to reach the island before it hits. Then, without another word, they shove you off into the dark, churning waters. All you have to guide you is the small light shining at the base of the lighthouse's towering silhouette. Okay, so...
So it's the five of us in a boat.
It's the five of you. It's
Is
just
this a
the
bad
five
time to say I'm OP?
I suggest we grab a roll and get to work. I'm grabbing an oar. An oar,
Yep.
I mean.
Are
and-
there oars available?
There are oars available. It's just
What,
a
all
small...
5 of us, or?
There's only two. There's only two. It's
Alright.
a small rowboat. But you are fairly close to Beacon Island. Probably only about 10-minute row away. So it is getting really quite choppy. So you have to try and speed through.
Let's go, lads.
Well, you know what? Pulling an oar is a bit like, pulling the gear stick, so I'll take the other one, I think.
Okay, perfect.
Let's
All right.
let's go. We row for the
So
light.
We row.
You row for the light. All right. So as you get closer to the island, you can't help but notice a few glints of steel coming out from just the top of the water between the sort of troughs of the waves. And before you know it, you've struck something in the water, and it makes like a really guttural sort of metal sound as it goes across the side of your rowboat, and you've found that you've essentially become stuck on some sort of debris that is in the water. So if I am going to ask for the first roll here, which is going to be a know and spot hidden roll. So I'll quickly show you how to do the rolls and stuff. So, right, let me ask for a public roll. Give me a sec. Whoa, someone just fucking you just launched dice.
What,
Well, no, we'll say.
I figured it out.
What's saying it? Well,
Oh.
well, no one was saying anything, so.
Yes.
Oh, we'll sign it.
Oh, this is you just pick them up and hoy them. Easy.
You can hoy them, yeah.
Yeah, I go onto the character sheet thing, and then you just click the name of the thing.
Can you not pick up 2 dice at the same time? Oh, they've got.
What? They've got.
So I passed that because I got below the number I need, right?
Right. So basically, you have your know is your. Sorry, spot hidden is the skill. So, for example, Greg says 50, and
I don't see a spot hidden on here.
There's a thing at the bottom to
backstory.
scroll along.
Oh, 25. I got 25. How did you get the dice?
You just click it and then press roll.
Click
You
what?
can just look at.
Click spot hidden.
Spot
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah.
and then it's the same. No is basically in.
I got 30,
No, he failed.
which is
Only one person needs to
Oh,
pass,
sorry. Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
well, I fucked it up. I
No,
missed-
no problem for that one. I've got a keen eye, You've got to be able to spot the turning. So.
That's true. I'm more of a listener than a spotter. It's all those years listening to confessions from deadly sinners.
Alright, give me a sec. I just want to see if I can.
Nice
quickly-
jump, Alistair.
Where the fuck
Easy
is the,
Peeler
is
just
the dice
resubbed
bit,
for
by the way,
18
out of
months.
interest?
Much
So
obliged,
if we
friend.
go
on
on
your
the
character.
chat, yeah, you can do it to the character as well.
And you see all your skills. Just
Oh,
click
so
on
I
the
was
skill you want to roll,
I see.
and then you
I
can just
see.
re-roll.
Cool. But someone's already passed this.
Nice
So
jump, Alistair.
someone has already
Buffet
spotted it.
underscore just
Yeah.
resubbed for 47 months. Close to 4 years of subs.
Alright, yeah. So we passed. So based on what the metal looks like, it was Ashwin that passed, right?
Yep.
So based on what the metal looked like, I'll use your real name, Ashwin.
Okay.
You can basically assume that it's part of another ship. It looks like it's part of like the sort of hull of the ship. So a ship has sunk in this location at some point. But as you sort of navigate between all the bits of the wreckage, and sort of see the bits that are coming off the ship from the sort of skeleton. There's no real signs of age. There's no barnacles. It doesn't look rusted or weathered or anything like that. So you assume from that it has sunk quite recently. But having said that, you don't recall there being any sort of news about a ship having been sunk in this area in the local papers or in the international papers. So it's off the grid, as they say. So as you're now basically stuck on this rowboat, and you don't really have any means of getting out of it without having to swim to shore. So I don't know who's got the highest pilot roll in the stack here. What's everyone's pilot roll?
I've got 10.
10.
And as well.
Where's pilot?
If you expand the window a bit, you'll see more.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, you have to bring it up a bit.
What? So, pilot any is
Yeah.
Is that the one? Oh, yeah, it's just 10.
I have 10.
Everyone's
Fucking
got 10. All right, everyone roll for pilot.
Yes.
See if anyone passes.
All right, I'll give it a go.
Go on, lads.
Wait, whose is whose?
Well, it's
It will tell you on the right.
Oh god, critical
Or
fail.
someone's fumbled.
Where does it tell you on the right? In chat? Father
Yeah,
John Garvin.
yeah, in the chat.
How
Oh,
do
I see,
actually
I see.
roll pilot?
You click on it, Greg.
But
So-
It brings up a
the only ones I
pop-up.
can roll are strength and all those.
No,
at the top.
No,
You click on
mate.
the skill.
Look on the skills.
Oh, I
Click on the
actual
skill,
letter.
yeah.
It's not rocket science, mate.
Yeah, fuck off.
But it is a quintuple.
Alright, so basically, Plague, in your attempt to try and
Immediately
get
dies.
Try and get the
you have to
ship
push them out.
out of the metal, you're trying to rock the ship, and that combined with a sort of sizable wave that comes in at that very moment actually ends up capsizing the rowboat, with everyone in it spilling into the ocean amongst all the metal. However, you are fairly close to the shore by now, so if I can get a swim roll
Jesus.
from everyone.
Where is swim?
I can't swim at all. Got 51.
Oh, Evelyn.
Oh,
Evelyn!
yeah.
Straight
Where
or
is-
shit.
oh, there it is.
Evelyn, help me!
Success. Evelyn's got to drag us all to shore.
Everyone's trying. I think one more
Nope.
person needs to roll.
Yes, Evelyn.
1, 2, 3. Oh no, everyone's made it. So, Miles, Evelyn basically is clearly a natural. She just swims directly towards the shore. Obviously, absolutely drenched, but other than a bit of seawater in her mouth and lungs, she pretty much makes it to the shore fine, and she manages to get out onto
In her
the
lungs.
beach.
It's not good.
The
That's not good.
the rest of you, let's just say it's getting quite stormy now, and there's quite a bit of turbulence in the water. So you're all getting swept around. You're sort of hitting yourself on some of the wreckage as you try and make your way to shore. It's just a swimming disaster, basically.
Is there any way to
nevertheless-
grab onto one of the oars or anything that's floating nearby?
Unfortunately, the waves have basically just sent the rowboat. You don't know, you can't see where it is because it's extremely dark at this point, and the only thing that you can actually see is basically the light from the bottom of the lighthouse. Having said that, because the waves are pushing you towards the shore, you do eventually manage to make it to shore as well. Although you are feeling much worse, but you've made it. So you've all made it to the beach, albeit 4 of you are quite worse for wear after that.
Christ.
So as you do,
Does this have some hidden effect that we can't see?
not everything does. Some things do. Not everything does. I would say for transparency, this, unless multiple, like, if everyone critical failed, then I would dish out some damage and stuff. But because it's the start, for example, I'm not gonna punish people for swim bad. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So some things, if you are right though, because sometimes you fail something and you'll still pass, but there'll be like an unknown side effect.
Like,
that might happen
so
that
I
you
might
don't know.
fuck up a history
For
check
example,
and
if
get
I could've-
completely the wrong end of the stick on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, for example, if I was mean, I could have said that Father John loses his rosary in
My
the water
rosary.
without realizing, and then when he tries to like pull it out for something, he realizes he doesn't have it.
I see.
But that's just I'm not doing it for this one, but just
If any like vampires come.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So
So
as you
we're
make
all
your way into the
ashore.
island, yeah.
Let's
so you
give
can
a
click
quick
on.
prayer of thanks to the Lord Almighty for watching over us. Desperate swimmers. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. That's it. Amen.
So if you click on the map at the top,
Map. Yeah.
map at the top. So you've arrived on the pier on the right, so the east side pier, and you can see the sort of lighthouse is basically on top of a small hill that's in the middle of the entire island, and essentially the outside of the island is basically surrounded by trees and thickets and large amounts of brush. So it's obviously quite wild. There's like a very small dirt path going up from the pier where you're all sort of standing there now, going up towards the lighthouse and the cottage. And there's a bunch of quite tall grass surrounding the path, but pretty much other than the lighthouse at the top, there isn't really that much else that you can see of interest from where you're standing.
How long were we on that boat for? Because I see Ipswich and Essex nearby. I'm thinking we took a wrong turn. So we're near this pier on the east side.
Yeah. So it's up to you what you do now.
How do I place my lad?
Oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to
Oh,
place
okay,
anything.
okay.
Just tell me what you wanna.
Well,
So what, there's just a building in front of us.
The lighthouse is at the top of the hill.
if
Yeah.
nobody has any better idea, why don't we try knocking on the door of that lighthouse and hope the lighthouse keeper's on?
I have
Hopefully
a
got-
I have a lot of
I've got northern.
stealth.
Hang on.
I have a lot of stealth, so I could scout ahead and make sure everything's safe.
Surely a shipwrecked crew doesn't need to sneak up on their possible help. What if they discover you? They might think we're burglars. They might think you're a burglar. They might think you're a burglar. You're sneaking up there.
Oh yeah, but I'm so sneaky they would never know. You know, it's
It's up to you, my
I think
son.
it's worth not risking. I would argue.
All right. So you wanna sneak up there by yourself, Greg? Just a bit of reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of silently make your way up the dirt path up towards the lighthouse, and you can kind of hear the sort of faint churning of machinery coming from around the lighthouse. As you get closer towards the sort of lighthouse and the cottage, you can see that there's a few other buildings behind where the lighthouse is that you can see from the pier. Looks like four other buildings. Other than a tiny amount of light coming from the cottage of the lighthouse from one of the rooms, the rest of the island is completely dark, including obviously the lighthouse beacon, which has gone off, as you know.
And what time of day is it again? Sorry.
8:15
PM.
So yeah, so it's the sun's it's in April, so there's still a tiny bit of light. You can still see the silhouette, for example, of the lighthouse against the sky and stuff like that. But it's dark that without a light you wouldn't really be able to see very far. When you're in this sort of area, Greg, can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Of course I can.
Oh.
Okay, so as you're sort of looking around these buildings, you do feel the sense that you are being watched, but you can't quite tell from where. When you sort of look around, other than the small buildings, the only things you can see are the sort of the tree line and a lot of bushes and thickets, but you can't really tell what what it is that seems to be looking at you, but you do have a sort of unease that something on the island is
wrong.
currently watching you.
Yeah.
So what's your next play?
I
Do
think
you all want
I'm
to meet
gonna.
up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna report back to the team, tell them that I feel uneasy about our presence on the island, and that people might be watching us, and that we should move in as a unit.
You sure you
Okay.
didn't have something dodgy for lunch?
The first thing we should do is get out of these wet clothes. I'm soaked through. Let's go and get out of our wet clothes.
Right.
We've just been swimming in fucking whatever degrees water in April in bloody
True.
Rockport. We're probably freezing. Find a fire somewhere. I'm a man of the cloth. What are they going to turn us away? There's loads of Catholics in Massachusetts, I'm sure.
Okay, so right, the rest of you then all walk up to the path towards the sort of main area with all the buildings, and you make your way to the cottage, the building with the light that's coming from it. Can I get another spot hidden from everyone?
Yes, sir. Bloody hell. Yes. Oh no, sorry, it's not you.
Right.
We all
Fucking
failed.
hell.
Okay. So you can see, coming out of the cottage, there are footprints, like boot footprints coming out of the cottage door, and they seem to go out into the thickets, into the trees. So basically, it's come out of the cottage and it's made a left out and then gone into the sort of tree line.
Well, this is clearly the lighthouse keeper, right? Maybe we should call to them and let them know that we're here. That we need help.
You could, yeah.
All right.
But bear in mind that it started to rain when you sort of landed on the shore. So if you don't follow the tracks sort of soonish, then there's a chance that you might not be able to see them in the coming darkness.
The tracks into the woods.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should send our stealthy lad ahead, and we'll take up positions at the rear. Any objections?
I'd be happy to. We don't want to spook the geezer. if with all five of us.
So other than the tracks that are heading into the woods, the other things of interest are the buildings, the small buildings that are sort of surrounding the back of the lighthouse. So obviously, like I said, you can still hear sort of gentle hum of a machine coming from one of these buildings, but obviously you have no idea what the rest of them have. So it's up to you. For example, you could split up, for example, in this situation, and two go with the tracks, and however many else search the buildings, or you can just all go for one, or
I'll tell you what. How about Charlie? How about Big Nose and the British fella go with the Englishman go and scout out the woods, and we'll have a look at these buildings. This lady should be kept indoors where it's warm.
I don't think it's good to explore when we're in such condition.
Indeed.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Ashwin, but is your man 100 size?
90 size, I think.
I mean,
90
I'm a
size.
big lad, but don't peg me up as some fucking gigantic.
Well, that suggests that you're
Just a bit
stealth is
obese,
probably a bit
Had a few too many burgers.
I'd argue maybe not suited for a stealth mission.
Well, I mean, I'm quite good at spotting hidden things, so maybe the building is for me.
How well have you done so far at that?
Wait,
I succeeded once and I failed once.
Wait,
so
the big lad's going to
that
come and have a
fits-
sit down as well, is he?
I mean, that fits the numbers. So
Right. So okay, who's going for the tracks, if anyone?
I will be, for sure.
Okay. So Greg is, and then
I reckon
Miles.
we send the Jerry with him.
Evelyn will stay.
Stay where?
bit.
In the cottage or the buildings?
Well, wait, somewhere near the buildings. We haven't gone inside yet.
Yeah. Ted, you're staying with.
I'll back up young Charlie. He needs help.
Alright.
I can't leave a young man going off into the woods on his own. The spirit of the Lord is with us, young big nose. What are you not?
I am Plague and Ashwin. Where are you? Where are you gonna go? Where are you
That's
gonna?
buildings, mate.
Klaus
Okay.
and Roy, you mean?
And Plague. Klaus, yeah. And Klaus, what are you gonna do?
Is he muted?
He might be muted.
He's
He-
just
he-
left the
He's
Discord.
been talking the entire time.
RQ.
Never
Okay.
trust the Hun.
He's been waiting for you to call him Klaus before he responds.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm getting inside that cottage. I'm far too cold to stand outside.
Okay. Right. So, Charlie and Father John, you're if I can get a track roll from.
That's not my
both of you.
specialty.
Where
I
is
don't think it's anyone's specialty.
where is track? Which one?
It's in
Is it?
survival.
Oh.
Survival at the bottom.
Oh, it is. I'm decent at track actually.
Okay. Never mind. Okay.
But not today. Not today.
If anyone else wants to try track and then potentially
They're not with us,
go
are they?
Well, you haven't stealth yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean.
How
okay.
about I give it
track and
Can I give
Sorry.
it a good listen?
A good listen. I don't think. How would that work?
Just see if I can hear anything moving in the undergrowth.
I mean, sure.
Can
give
I
me a,
attempt
give
to
me a
navigate?
listen.
Can
Give me
I
a listen roll.
brawl?
Yeah.
Give me a listen roll.
Maybe you need me to speak Spanish or do some history or use a library, but sure.
Give me a listen roll.
Man.
Quiet
Yeah.
a second. Quiet.
Okay, sure. Oh.
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 Yes,
So-
Father John.
You can hear outside of the sort of pattering of the rain and the sort of lap of the waves on the beach, you do occasionally hear rustles in the undergrowth coming from both sides. So you're not 100% sure if that's some, just an animal or a person. You don't know what it is, but again, it does confirm that there's something hiding about.
Right then. You lot get inside and me and Charlie will investigate,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I can maybe use my stealth and act upon your audio cues. Why not?
I'll be the heirs and you be everything else. Here
I
we go.
could sneak in. I could sneak in using my stealth, and then with my photography skill, take a picture of what is making the noise.
If I can hear you, then you know you fucked up. So I'll let you know. I can hear you, Snake 'em!
Okay, so back to the trio
cowards.
that's the coward. Just to clarify, we have the buildings are outside and the cottage. Are we splitting up for this as well, or are we all doing one or the other?
I'm a buildings guy myself. Don't like cottages.
Which
Okay.
wasn't one had the light on?
Yes, the cottage adjacent to the lighthouse has the light on.
We should at least try to announce ourselves.
I'm
Alright.
following the lights. I'm going into the cottage.
Okay, and Roy, you're going to investigate outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Roy, you're just having a quick look through the buildings that are outside of the lighthouse. First one you open is just the outhouse, and the one next to it is
Fucking
just.
hell, someone's done something absolutely vile in here.
And the other one is the shower. So two of them are just sort of ordinary buildings. You enter the building that has the sort of sound coming from it, and you can see that there's basically a generator that's running inside, which you imagine probably powers or should power the lighthouse beacon and obviously the electricity elsewhere.
But
However, due to a leak that's in the sort of roof of this kind of run-down shed, essentially, the sort of corrugated iron, it's kind of collapsed, and water is starting to spill onto the generator, and it doesn't seem to be taking an effect now, but you theorize that potentially as the rain gets heavier and heavier, it might have an effect on the generator at some point in the future. And then in the other building, the last one, it just seems to be a workshop, and it has a bunch of tools, nails, screwdrivers, chisels, everything that you could need to keep a lighthouse up and running, essentially. Oil lamps, various materials like bits of scrap and stuff like that. Anything?
Is there enough material in the workshop to repair the roof?
Judging by the sort of nails, the amount of nails, and there's a few sheets of just plain corrugated metal. You think that you could repair the roof?
Right, yeah. Bit of DIY. Try it.
So it will require a hard mechanical repair roll.
What does hard mean? -1?
Hard basically means that if you click on your character, it's basically so you're Roy. So it's a percentage of your skill. So it's like your regular, and then it's half of that, and then it's a fifth. So basically, hard is half of your skill, and then extreme is a fifth of it.
How do I actually roll for hard though?
I can actually do it for you.
When you click on it, you can do roll difficulty.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
roll
okay.
for hard. Yeah.
Right. Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh
Roy's
no!
not done well here.
Oh, that's a disaster.
What has Roy done?
And you can listen out for Roy collapsing onto the ground in the distance and dropping some metal on himself.
Okay, so you basically think to yourself, well, this is an easy job for Roy from Croydon. So you get onto the roof with this corrugated iron and the nails and the hammer. As you put the corrugated iron on top of the leak in order to try and fix it, the whole thing just gives way, and you basically fall through the roof and land pretty much on top of the generator, sort of on the bottom of your spine. You land on the sort of juttering edges of the generator and fall to the ground in pain. If you could roll me a D4, sorry.
For God's sake.
Okay. So if you take 2 points of damage from that.
He's dead.
But you can, yeah. So basically you've utterly like ruined the shed. It wouldn't be
Big Roy. Big boisterous.
Roy.
Big boisterous.
I love that
Roy.
instinct as well. He's in a fucking shipwreck, and the first thing he does is try and fix someone's outhouse.
So there's
Very
iron and
confident.
nails.
Very confident. Don't you worry, that's all of this up running and say, whoa! Collapses.
There's like metal and nails just like all over the floor. There's a giant hole in the roof now. The rain is just pouring through. And you've basically kind of really done your back in. It's not, it's not the end of the world, but you are feeling it. Okay.
Can Mars and I do a listen check to see if we hear his catastrophic
It'll
accident?
be hard
Yeah.
to miss, I think.
Roll a listen check then. It means you could, if you roll a listen, then you could, go and investigate, for example. Yes, let's get 2 listen rolls.
Oh my God.
They
Oh,
haven't
didn't
heard a
hear
thing.
him. Didn't hear him.
Yeah,
He's on his own.
How do you hear nothing?
The rain is too loud.
The rain is too loud for you to for you to hear, basically. Yeah.
They
You-
felt
you-
they felt the earthquake, but they didn't hear it.
Right, we'll just quickly scoot over to Charlie the Schnoz,
Yeah.
and Father John, who are attempting to try and find where these track leads. Now, you're not natural trackers, so this is going to take a bit of time. You're sort of really looking down into the dirt. It's kind of hard because it's a bit muddy and the sun has gone down, obviously, so you don't have... Actually, having said that,
Yep.
Greg, you have a flashlight.
I do. I do have a flashlight.
If you want
will
to
that not-
roll
will that
me,
not get rid of our
roll
our
me another track. Give me another track roll, but with a bonus die.
Fucking hell.
Okay, so
Just useless.
it does take
failed
you.
so many.
It does take you a fair amount of time, but you do eventually find your way to the sort of end of these tracks, and you're absolutely drenched at
This is
point.
with his flashlight, though, right?
This is with the flashlight.
The people living in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. Well done, my son.
So you come towards this tree, and the tracks seem to lead behind this tree, and it's only maybe about 5-10 meters from the tree line, so it's still fairly close to the sort of open area near the lighthouse. But as you turn round the tree, you can essentially see someone's feet jutting out from behind the tree. As you turn round to see who this person is, you see that whoever it was has had their entire midsection just ripped out and spewed across the ground.
God.
So their intestines are just littered
Holy
around the corpse. Their
Jesus,
ribs
Mary
are-
and Joseph. What
their
happened
ribs
to this
are-
man?
shit.
The ribs are smashed in, and basically his sort of internal organs have just been almost trampled into the ground around him, and a lantern that he'd obviously had is just lying smashed alongside him. Can I get a sanity roll from both of you?
How do I do that?
You
Just
click
click
on
sanity, regular
click on
roll
sanity,
card, roll.
regular roll.
Nice.
Right.
Father John is with it. So is
Oh.
Right. Okay. Right. So
I've seen worse
both
on the main streets of
both of you
Belfast.
see the corpse. Both of you see the corpse. Both of you are somewhat accustomed to
We're just unfazed.
dead bodies, but the sheer sort of brutality and like gruesomeness of seeing all this sort of internal organs just everywhere does sort of make you almost gag. If I can, you'll have to both lose one point of sanity for finding the...
Do I go down to
destroyed
54
corpse.
then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at 59.
This man deserves the last rites, even if he's already passed. I shall beg the Lord for his forgiveness, and I'm gonna take out my rosary and give him the last rites, as any man deserves.
So what do you want to do with this?
I want to go
with
over
this
to
lad?
him, kneel down, take out my rosary, and say the last rites.
Okay.
Obviously, he won't be able to respond. He's meant to be able to say a few bits back and forth. Do you reject Satan and all that stuff? We'll just take that as a given, and we'll crack on.
Can I loot his body of his clothes
loot.
God's sake.
to later use for disguise?
So you could, I would say search his body rather than loot. So
No, because I have good disguise. So sure, I want to have some clothing to disguise myself in later on, right?
You want to disguise yourself as a man who's been disemboweled? Big nose. I think not.
We'll prepare for anything.
You should not. He's a. Let him lie as he is. Do not touch the belongings of the dead.
But
Or
I
their.
will
This guy's drip
I
was
will
when he
search
got
him,
killed.
please.
Okay. So you go through his jacket and you find that he's actually an agent of the Bureau of Investigation named
FBI.
Warren Thomas. He doesn't have much else on him. He's got an empty holster, and his gun, Smith and Wesson 38 Special, is basically lying underneath him almost. If you
I'll take
sort of
that,
look,
please.
yeah, if you look through the chamber, you can see that out of the 6 bullets that can fit, there's only 5 left. So he obviously shot.
He's fired one shot. He got one
He
shot
shot
away.
something
Yeah,
before he died. But obviously didn't seem
Well,
to do it much.
Let me
good.
have a look around while Charlie the
Can I grab-
schnoz is going through his pockets and getting his gun and checking it. Have a quick look around and see if there's any other signs of struggle or blood from perhaps his assailant or anything that might give us a clue.
How do I add his pistol and the round? Oh, cool.
So you could investigate his body. It will take a first aid or medicine roll then, if you want to do that.
I'm
could
a
also-
disaster at both of those.
Both of us? Or...
You could both of you. Alternatively,
I could do first aid. Actually.
My first aid's 30.
Right. Yeah.
You could go back and get someone else that's more like.
We
doctor,
could!
For example.
No.
The doctor must see this man. He might be able to tell us more.
That is true, actually. That is true.
Right, so you're gonna basically investigate when Klaus is.
Yeah,
the body,
once
right?
we tell Klaus, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than the body, you don't really see much else of interest nearby. A quick scan with Charlie's flashlight doesn't really give much away. It basically seemed like everything that you found was what he had, and there's no other real evidence. However, if I can get a spot hidden roll from both of you.
Fucking hell, my spot hidden's so good as well.
Alright, yeah, so you can't see anything else. So it seems to be the end of it from what you can tell.
Right.
Okay, so
let's get back to the others. I'm getting cold, and I need a cigar.
So as you're walking back towards the lighthouse to investigate, to get Klaus, we'll head to Klaus and Evelyn. So you two are gonna obviously just quickly look into the entrance of the house, which is quite a small house. Obviously, based on where you are and stuff, they're not going to have a massive gaff. But in the hallway, it's completely dark at this point, apart from some light that is spilling out from a door all the way to the end on the left-hand side. Other than the sort of tiny amount of light that's coming in, you can't really see that much. You can kind of make out 2 other doors on either side. So actually, I tell you what, I will reveal this. On the left-hand side, as you walk in, you actually see like almost like a plan.
I can't see anything, by the way.
I'm gonna
okay.
reveal it. So now if you go to clues, you should be able to see the lighthouse floor plan. Okay. So yeah, so as you go in, there's 2 doors on either side, and the door that's all the way down to the left has got light coming out of it. Any plans?
Can we just knock on the door we walk through and say, "Is anyone here?"
Yep. So you knock on the door, couple of taps, but there's no response.
I'm going to head to the light. I want to see what's in the lit door.
Okay. So as you walk towards the door, you pass some like coat hangers, essentially, that are sort of in the middle of the corridor. And you can see that there's, some coats. There's 2 oil lanterns, even though there's space for 3, as well as some space for boots and other things. As you go into the kitchen, the light reveals that there's blood, sort of specks of blood, going from the kitchen up the stairs that are leading towards the beacon of the lighthouse. If you roll for me, if you give me a sanity roll, then Klaus.
What sanity roll?
Yeah. Pass. Okay, right. So as a doctor, you're well accustomed to seeing the sight of blood. So although it piques your interest, it doesn't have any impact on your mental stamina. Miles, what do you want to do?
Is there any cloaks on the clothing hangers? Or...
all the coats. There's 1 spare, but there's 3 missing. So there's one out of 4 basically are here.
I'm gonna take and wear the spare one.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So you don the coat, just a sort of nice raincoat essentially. There is a light switch as well, in case you want to try and turn the light on, to give yourself more better chances of seeing things, but up to you.
Yeah, I'll turn the lights on.
Okay, so it kind of splutters, almost like something's wrong with the generator. Splutters into life. Can I get a spot hidden from? I tell you what, we'll do a plague as well. Both of you can get a spot hidden.
Sure.
While you guys are rolling, and just before we go any further, a quick catch up for anyone that's joining us slightly late. The 5 of us were on a ship headed to Massachusetts. The ship floundered. We got chucked in lifeboats. The lifeboat got tipped over when we hit some wreckage. We've landed on this island. Greg and I, Charlie the Schnoz McLean, that's Charlie, that's Greg I should say, and I'm Father John Carver, found a dead body that was torn apart, an FBI agent and his gun. The other 3, Evelyn Blakely, Klaus Heisler and Roy Fletcher, the cabbie, are trying to find something to do around the lighthouse area and the buildings there. And Roy, unfortunately, rolled a 99 attempting to fix the generator roof and fell on it and busted the roof, so the generator's fucked. Sorry, carry on, chaps.
And his back is also fucked.
And he fucked his back as well. Yeah.
And no one heard his pain.
Okay, so Evelyn passed, right? So Evelyn, you can see that there are actually 2 bullet holes and 2 bullets lodged in the floor of the hallway, sort of a few paces inside from the door. Can you give me a firearms handgun check?
Good at this.
Oh!
Not that good.
So you can see there's some bullets, so you basically deduce that someone has been in some sort of fight or kerfuffle in the hallway, but other than that you don't really know what else occurred.
So I'm in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, so you're in the kitchen. So as you walk into the kitchen, obviously there's blood that's coming from the kitchen, and you can see, sort of as you go into the kitchen on the floor, 3 large gold coins just sort of scattered on the ground. And just picking them up and taking a look, it's not like anything that you've ever seen before, essentially. Not obviously too big to be sort of regular sort of currency used by countries. It's like more like a decorative coin almost.
Okay.
If you want, so for example here, you could ask for an appraise roll, for example, if this is something. So in future, like if you ever want to think of what you want to investigate, it takes a while to get used to, but
Sure. I will give it a quick appraise check. Why not?
and obviously, you can always give it to someone else for them to do an appraisal.
Oh no, I'm keeping these coins for myself. Absolutely, I'm keeping them.
Oh, you know.
Made of a poisonous metal.
A curse befell.
So, as you are handling these coins, one of them slips through your fingers and just disappears through the floorboard, and it's just gone, and you can't seem to get it back. So
Okay.
you have found 3, but now you've only got 2.
I'll pocket the others then, and can
you're
I?
Okay.
There was a light in the kitchen, right? So what's caused the light?
So it's just the light of like a really big sort of candle-like flame, basically. So obviously the electricity's gone out, and this sort of like collection of candles by the window has sort of illuminated the environment, but they're starting to die down now.
Can I take one of the candles and light an oil lamp?
Absolutely. Yep. So I'll give you an oil lamp. Oil lantern. There we go. Okay, so that leaves. There's one oil lantern left in the on the hooks. Right. So in the Okay, so as you're looking at this coin, you obviously don't know really what this coin is worth. You failed your appraisal, so you don't really know what it's worth, or if it looks gold, but you don't actually know if it is gold. However, it does have some weird sort of disturbing designs on the coin. There's sort of one that's the image of an obelisk. And there's some that are kind of almost like waves. If I can get an occult roll from you.
I can do an occult roll. Oh, so close.
So you can see all these sort of images on the coin, and you obviously have some indication that it's sea or ocean related, but outside of those sort of themes of the sea, you don't really know what else this coin kind of depicts. Right, we'll go back to Roy.
Roy, my man.
So you're in pain. You've busted the generator's still going, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Especially with the rain coming down, and you've obviously broken the roof, but there's still things from the workshop, for example, that you could utilize. For example, this is just me as a keeper. You could make a makeshift weapon out of some of the tools lying about.
Sure,
Just
what,
as an
what sort of
example.
stuff is it? What sort of stuff is in the workshop?
So there's some hammers. You've got some of the nails that you didn't use for your roof job. There's plenty of screwdrivers, some chisels, and then just bits and bobs of scrap and sort of things that you need to sort of repair things. So mostly just sort of workshop equipment that you find, in everyday life. There are a couple of oil lamps as well.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna. Is there any way to make sort of like a spiky club or like plank with the nails?
Yeah, absolutely. So you could sort of combine a hammer, for example, with what specifically do you have in mind? Like a spiky, like a board almost with
Yeah,
spikes.
like a board or like a sort of like makeshift mace or something like that.
makeshift mace. So there is like a small bit of lumber that you could hammer a sort of bunch of nails, like maybe like 10 nails in through the top, and it's sort of maybe 10 centimeters wide, that if you hammered through here you could make a sort of almost like a toothbrush looking like thing that has a bunch of nails right at the end.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have my hand to the ball.
Let's tell you what. Let's roll for. Actually, no. You know, I think you're sufficient enough with hammer and nails in a normal environment. So, we'll give you. Makeshift weapon. Okay. Right. So you've made that. What's your next play?
I probably wouldn't know about the candles or anything, so I had no reason to take an oil lamp. I'm gonna like try and find where Klaus and Evelyn were, so I'm gonna go look in the cottage.
Okay. So you just go outside, and can I get another spot hidden?
God damn it!
Okay, so as you walk outside, all you hear is sort of the pash of the rain and the waves. You just make your way, quick walk to the cottage. As you enter, you meet up with Evelyn, and Klaus is still in the kitchen.
I'll tell you what, lads, the workshop's a bloody mess. I don't know what we've done this. Shoddy job, though.
So at this point, Father John and Charlie also head into the cottage. So now there's 4 of you in the hallway. Klaus is still in the kitchen. So yeah. Any plans?
Can I come back out of the kitchen and go, "Mein Gott, boy, what's happened to you?"
Absolutely.
There was a bear. I fought him off, though. I fought him off.
And then can
Oh, do you need healing, Roy?
I mean, sure. Wouldn't mind some.
You seem to be limping. Do we have a doctor around?
It's the arthritis, you know, so.
Do we have a doctor?
We do.
We do have a doctor. Excuse you, I'm Dr. Klaus Heisler. God's sakes.
So because obviously Klaus wasn't carrying all of his medical things when he got forced into the rowboat, the only things that he's got on him at this point are some alcohol for disinfection, bandages, some forceps, and his trusty scalpel. So he doesn't really have the sort of capacity to fix Ashwin up. And anyway, the injuries are pretty much, internal. He just hurt his back, basically. So not really much that first aid can do for him. You're gonna tell each other about the corpse.
Yeah. So there was a bloke called Warren Thomas that we found in the forest. He had his entire abdomen swiped away by some sort of being that we have no idea what it is. He had a lantern with him, so he'd obviously gone to investigate something, but that has since been broken, hence why there is one missing from the wall, just over there in the corner. He had a pistol as well, which I have commandeered for my own use with 5 bullets. So he will have shot one of his bullets, and it's gone somewhere. We have no idea what he shot at.
Should things turn for the worst, we have 1 bullet each, is what you're saying.
Yes. Indeed.
I will say that, Greg, you already start off with the gun as a private investigator.
So I would suggest Evelyn. I've heard you're very good with pistols.
Evelyn also already has a gun.
Wait, are we back now? Are we? I thought we.
You're back. No,
okay.
Is there anyone here that is handy with a handgun?
Father John, Klaus, and Roy don't have firearms.
I will
Yeah, which one
not
of-
use the devil's handgun.
Is there any of you half decent with a handgun by any chance?
I
I
prefer
preserve
the,
life. I don't take
I
it.
prefer the fists. You know, it's nice to see a more personal
Right,
touch.
I see. So none of you want this second handgun.
I mean, personally, I'll give it to Klaus. I think, you know.
Absolutely not. I took an
That's
oath to take life, to preserve life, not to
Oh!
take it.
Oddly enough, the only
Uh-oh.
thing I'm better with than my fists is a handgun and a rifle. So I'll hold on to it so that no one hurts themselves. But I will not be using it in anger. I'll take the handgun. But I'll put it in my pocket.
Alright. Okay, so you're gonna have the handgun then.
I also found these 2 weird coins, and there was only ever 2 of them, I should stress. If anyone would like to take a look at them and see what they're valued at.
Not really
yeah.
my specialty,
Could
but
I-
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not very good at
Just roll
appraising
for
all the
appraise.
I could perhaps try and have a look and see if it jogs my
appraise
memory
is 5.
of anything
Yeah, my
from
appraise is
history that I
5.
might know. I know quite a bit about history, so I might be able to tell us if they're from some known
Yeah.
historical group. Can I do that?
You could give me a hard history roll. Oh.
Oh, Father John.
So, although you don't really know what these coins really represent, you do know that they are gold because you have seen something very similar in your sort of sort of job as a member of the clergy.
I'm
come
a
across
Catholic priest. I've seen a lot of gold. Believe me.
heretical
Yeah.
items, and you have a vague suspicion that this is something that comes from Innsmouth, which is like a town that's sort of surrounded by sort of nasty rumors and weird occurrences. You've seen something not exactly the same, but something similar.
Okay.
Makes you think that it might be tied to that place, but you don't really know much about Innsmouth or the coins per se, so you
Just
can't
got an
really say
inkling.
much more than
Okay.
that. You've got an inkling, but it's that
Okay.
it's something to do with that. Give me a sec. I'm gonna give Father John the weapon.
Where do you see your weapons?
Under
Go
combat.
on combat, yeah.
Oh,
I've actually given Father John
under
3 somehow.
combat.
Don't know how that's happened.
What, on the right?
No,
Under
on your
your
character screen,
character,
skills,
combat.
combat, gear, and cash. So combat will be your
Oh.
weapons.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I can't remember how
Oh,
to delete
I got my
so-
improvised weapon.
Yeah. Alright, well, whatever. I'll find out how to delete it another time. So, okay.
What's
So you're
DB?
now... Hey, what?
What's DB? This is plus
DB is your damage bonus. So if
Right.
you're a big boy, you get a damage bonus on punches and stuff because of your weight. So
He gives him the old
Great.
belly slam.
yeah, so you and Charlie both have damage bonus. Actually, and so does John.
I've got 1d4.
But Evelyn and Klaus do not. Okay, so you're all in the hallway of the cottage now. So, did you want to take Klaus to the corpse?
Herr Doctor,
Um,
we found a dead body. We'd
I
like
don't
you
think
to have a
both of
look at
us-
it.
Both of us don't necessarily have to.
I remember the way back. Can I borrow your torch, young man?
You may. Or, no, sorry, no, because the doctor has a lantern.
Very well.
I can bring the light.
Very well. Lead on. Actually, I'll lead on. I'll lead him down to the beach.
Can I lead on and just wander around the island? It confuses me.
Left a bit, and we'll do like a nightmare. Left, right, 90 degrees turn. Yeah, no, alright, yeah. I'll lead him down to the body.
Okay, so you both leave the cottage and follow the tracks towards where the corpse was. By this point, it's pissing it down with rain. You see the corpse. Klaus, I'm going to need to give a sanity roll for seeing the mangled corpse.
Of course, yes.
Okay,
Nailed
so
it. I have
although it is
seen verse.
although it is a disgusting scene, you're so used to these sort of things that other than a sort of minor freeze at the sort of vileness of the death, you don't really care too much about it. So you bend down, and now if I can get a first aid or a medicine roll, whichever one you'd prefer.
I'll do a medicine roll first.
Yes.
Difficulty. Okay. So you can tell by the way that he was killed and the way that his innards are sort of everywhere that he was almost certainly killed by a wild animal. There's no human that would realistically be able to do such a thing. So, you know that it's some kind of animal, but you obviously are not familiar with the wildlife around here. Do you have? Let's have a look. What do you have?
Doctor,
Can I do a forensics check as
how
well?
long ago do you think the man died?
I'll let you. I tell you what. Do a forensics check.
I will attempt to determine the time of death.
You got it.
So you carry out some sort of usual tests.
Whips out his brain
thermometer.
thermometer.
Yeah, you've got a sort of watchmaker's eyeglass, and you're taking a quick look, investigating the sort of blood, and the sort of temperature of the corpse. You deduct that he actually died within the hour.
My God.
So, yeah, he has died within the hour. If I can get a, let me quickly check your stats.
Herr Doctor, I feel we should fall back to the other group. If there's
I
a
believe
wild
there may be more
animal
to
out
determine
here.
What's-
Very well, Doctor. You continue about your business. The Lord will watch over us.
Okay, so other than the fact that his innards and stuff has been ripped out, you don't really know what the cause of death was, because there's just so much damage to the corpse that it's impossible to tell what actually killed him. So having investigated the corpse, you and Father John make your way back to the cottage. So the rest of you, the four that are still in the cottage at the moment, there's still three other doors that you've not been in yet.
Are they dark?
Yeah, but the lights are still working, so you can turn the lights on at this point.
And I have a flashlight also.
Oh, wait, which
So-
number rooms?
We investigate the study.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, so as you go in, I imagine you're turning the light on. So as you go in, you turn the light on, and there are three armchairs, basically right slap bang in the middle of the room. And there's another door that leads into the kitchen from the study. There's a roll top writing desk on the wall that's sort of close to the kitchen door, and there's also a couple wooden chairs to use as desk with. Can I get who's investigating this? It's you, Evelyn, right?
No, we're also three, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Okay, so
not going with this.
okay, so the three
I
of
will
you.
go with Evelyn then.
I'll go to the larder.
Three of you. Okay, three of you. So whoever's in the study, if you give me an int roll.
Hog.
All right, nice. Okay. So one of the chairs has been knocked over, and you can tell based on where it's positioned on the floor that someone was sitting at the desk, stood up incredibly quickly, and basically knocked the chair over to where it's lying right now. So the table that is next to the the table that's next to the desk has a bunch of books just on random things, maritime tales, bird book, repair manuals for the lighthouse. There's also a pipe and some tobacco, as well as a pair of binoculars and a bunch of arts-related things like a sketchbook, pencils, paintbrushes, paper. Yep.
I was going to say, I have a camera with a zoom function on, Evelyn, so you can have the binoculars, I think, to spread our range of being able to zoom in on things.
Sounds good to me.
And I'll pick up the pipe with tobacco to give to my good friend, Father John, as I know he's a smoker.
Alright, perfect.
Can we open the desk, the roll top?
Say again, sorry?
Can we open the roll top desk?
Yeah. 1 sec. So you open up the roll top. It's on the other side of the room. It's mostly empty, but there's a warm mug of coffee inside, as well as a bunch of envelopes, stamps, ink, pen, paper. What you do notice is that there's a stack of letters that's sort of in the corner of the desk, where it seems to be appraisals for a coin, essentially. So from what you can read, someone has asked these antique dealers around Massachusetts to appraise a coin of some description. Okay. And they've all written back to this person with ranges of estimates like $2 to $5. Some people don't know what it is. Some people are saying that they're fake and things like that. So there's a wide variety of responses. And the latest one that you can see that was dated was February of this year. So a couple of months ago, basically. I'll give you a clue. So it's from a antique store called the Newburyport Society. You should be able to see it under the clues.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you read that, or if someone wants to read it aloud, but otherwise.
Where's it under?
Under clues.
Letter from the Newburyport Society?
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite little.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
oh, wait,
you can click on it. You can bring up.
Dear Mr. Cassidy, so this is April 2nd, 1926. Dear Mr. Cassidy, thank you for your letter dated February 28th of this year. I do indeed recognize the coin you described, or at least I recognize the style of decoration, for we have a piece of similar origin here in our own museum in Newburyport. As a result, I suspect your coin hails from nearby Innsmouth, and only the locals of that benighted town could tell you its true worth, to them at least. However, if you value your immortal soul, I strongly caution you against contacting any denizens of that place. No good ever came from dealings with Innsmouth. Instead, the Newburyport Society would be glad to purchase any coins you may have from you at market value once their authenticity has been confirmed. If you would care to make arrangements to visit me here at the Society's museum at your earliest convenience, then I can arrange to have our appraisers examine the coins, whereupon we can agree a fair price for the sale. Again, Mr. Cassidy, I urge you most strongly not to approach anyone in Innsmouth about your find. It really is for the best of all concerned. Yours sincerely, Miss Anna Tilton. Or Jilton.
Okay.
I'm going to say Tilton.
I'm a man of fortune, and Jay will seek my fortune.
Okay. So we know where those two coins have come from.
And where to follow up on.
But yes. Of course, there's no other letters, so this person has had something awful happen to them. Well, we don't know necessarily what's happened to Mr. Cassidy yet, but we could reasonably deduce that something awful has happened to them before being able to organise this meeting.
He might just be out. He might have gone to meet her.
True.
But he would have taken the coins.
He would have.
That's
taken
a very
coins.
good point.
Very true.
Unless
very
he was a
true.
wise man and thought, I'll leave him here, do a deal, and then ship him.
But, yes, but how else would they have discovered the authenticity?
That's fair. Also, I'm not here, so just imagine this conversation.
That's true. Yes. So
gonna have you
we need to
you
discover
arrive at
what
this point.
happens to Mr. Cassidy.
You
Basically.
arrive at this point, Ted.
Put those coins down! They're the
No.
work of the bastards of Innsmouth, I'm told. Oh, I mean, I believe.
Well, can we? So we've
there is
opened
another-
the desk in this room.
Yeah. So
I had a look at
so
them,
it has
didn't
two
I?
drawers.
I thought they were for Innsmouth.
Yeah,
Knew
yeah,
they were
so
from
you-
Innsmouth.
You opened it up, and there was all these, the letters and the ink and paper. And
Yeah,
there's two
yeah.
drawers. The left-hand one is open, but the key's been snapped off inside the lock, and inside there's a. Oh, I can hear myself. No.
Did you say that there was a pipe and tobacco?
Yes, I've got that. I'm holding that for you, Ted.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Give me that pipe.
I remembered
my
that
son.
you were an avid smoker.
I'm a big smoker. I'm
held
toking
it
the
for you.
fuck out of this pipe, man. I'm hitting it hard.
Does that restore sanity?
should
Go on.
what? Go on, what?
Roll the sanity, and if you get
No, Ted's still gone, isn't he? He's
No,
still,
no,
he's
we're
taking
back.
it
No,
We're back.
we're back.
Oh,
now.
you're back, of course.
You're back.
you're
What?
Yeah.
What? If I fuck it up, do I go mad from smoking tobacco?
No. Roll a sanity, and if you pass, we'll give you 1 sanity. All right, that one.
I feel
You
no
take a
better
toke,
for the pipe.
It's inferior tobacco, and
Oh.
you don't feel like you.
I feel worse.
Yeah.
So what was in that drawer with the key
so-
snapped off?
In the drawer, there's a wooden box with sort of green velvet lining, and it has the indentation of a revolver, but the revolver is missing.
Well, we know where that revolver is.
Well-
Or Father John, would you care to place the revolver and see if the shoe fits in this box?
I can try that, young man, but this revolver came from an FBI man that we found on the beach, torn apart by a wild animal, according to Herr Doctor here. So I'd be very surprised if it fit this box. Nevertheless, to satisfy your curiosity, I will try. Let's see if it fits.
It doesn't fit. It's not.
Indeed, young man. Indeed.
See, worth a try though.
Indeed.
There are also 6 bullets lying loose in the drawer, but no gun.
Are they? What caliber are they?
Yeah, can I take the bullets? please?
Yeah, sure.
Have you got a gun as well, Greg?
True. Yes, I do.
All
I
right,
do.
rock on, mate. I've got 5 shots, and I'm not
Yeah,
going to hit any of them. So
What caliber are the pistols out of interest? The bullets.
probably 38s now.
Roll me a hard firearms success.
Goodness, you can't tell what caliber a bullet is. What are you doing holding a
hard-
gun?
A hard firearm.
Oh, actually, no, you do have 50, right? You have.
Yeah, I have 60
right.
handgun.
Roll a normal.
60 handgun, yeah.
Yeah, just roll a normal.
LOL.
Fucking hell.
All right, so you don't know for sure if these work with the gun that you have. So
Okay, I'll take them. I'll take them anyway, I guess.
you take them anyway. Okay.
This is like Tarkov all over again, really.
The right-handed drawer. So the left one was open, but the right-handed drawer is locked. So someone could try and pick this open, or you could use some kind of tool.
Well, we
to
got all
try
those
and-
tools in the shed.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't know about the shed yet.
I wonder if there might be a shed about here with tools.
Did someone
just-
say a shed? Yeah, I think there is one out back, mate.
Do you happen to
Yeah, you
still-
had a hole in the roof when I got there.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I just used it for
Generator
this,
seems a bit
Was
damaged.
there
but
any,
might
was
be
there any
the storm.
hammers in there, Roy? Any hammers?
There were a couple, yeah. You know, I didn't use any, but yeah.
Okay,
You used
so
one of the hammers
Just
then,
1
too.
second here, my children. Is it right that we break into somebody's private property?
Yes.
I don't agree. I think it would be wrong. This drawer is
I'm
locked for a reason.
I'm a private investigator who has no moral compass, so I wish to open this drawer with a hammer.
Okay, so you can either use the use a tool. So I need a strength roll for that, or you could try and pick it with locksmith. Up to you. What do you guys think? Anyone got locksmith? I don't think
my
so,
strength
right?
is very
No.
good. My locksmith is dog shit.
Okay, so who's got the highest?
I have 1. So
I have
six.
70 strength.
Okay,
Alright,
yeah,
okay, so
this one would-
So Charlie, if you want to give me a strength roll.
Nice.
Fuck.
Alright.
hell.
Well, someone else could.
Yeah.
We can do a group strength.
Stand
roll.
aside, my son.
Let Big Roy get on the scene.
All right.
If I just position myself
I've got
on the
60.
roof
I'm
above-
quite strong with 60, so go for it, mate.
Yeah, Big
Okay,
Roy's
okay,
just
right.
smashing things.
Well done, big fella.
So Roy, with one sort of fell sort of twist of the arm, you basically bust this drawer wide open.
Roy is good at just breaking things. That's it.
And the only thing that you see in there is a small journal that, based on the sort of introduction of the first page, belongs to George Cassidy, who was the person sending the letters in the desk. So I will reveal another clue here.
Ooh.
And on top of this, on the front of this journal, there are sort of similar symbols that you saw on the coins. So it was clear that he was.
Oh, this
basically
is
the one that
interesting.
was-
Should I read this?
You go for it,
Yeah,
mate.
go on, Roy.
Alright, February 13th, 1926. This is it's page 1. I found something on one of my walks. A coin. I kept walking and found another one, and then another. That's interesting. That's interesting, Klaus.
I only found two.
That third coin.
He must have sent the other one to that lady in wherever it was. I've only found two.
I know it's gold. Found some mechanical parts as well. Looks like it might be from a ship. Must have gone down recently, but I don't recall hearing anything.
That might have been the
No
ship we saw on the
record
way in, eh?
Yeah. Unless it went down in last night's storm. So this must have been... Oh, so wait, when we saw the ship...
February. So we saw it.
We said
just now in April.
recently, but
Yeah.
not like...
No, it was 2 months ago. So he
2
said
months
last
ago.
I saw him. So February 12th is when the ship went down.
Alright, I better keep this quiet. I don't want the other two here to get a slice of the action. I'll keep this journal as a means of documenting my findings. This has to be worth a mint. February 16th. That coin catalogue I bought in Folly Point is useless. One thing I know is that the coins are old, real old. I've asked if I can stay on for as long as I can until I'm sure there's nothing left for me to line my pockets. And I have to find a good lead on these coins to go where the money takes me. Maybe I should write to some of my old colleagues to see if they can help. Should probably try some of those fancy antique stores in Rockport while I'm at it. March 10th, this is quite a bit later. March 10th. The coins are getting hard to find. The 2 new crew members aren't helping matters. Makes it difficult to search without being noticed. Hope they don't cause me any trouble. Even so, I filled a small purse which I keep on me at all times. So he found more coins then.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got a stash. I've got a good lead now. I'll be sending one more letter to Innsmouth, and then I'm confident I can get off this stinking island for good. I think Michael is watching me. I bought a gun just in case.
What was the name of the FBI agent? Did we ever check his ID?
Yes,
That's
his name
Warren
is Warren
Thomas.
Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is George Cassidy, and the lady in the letter was Anna Tilton.
Right.
Tilton.
This was 9 days ago.
Right. Okay. April 14th. I'm not sure the math is adding up here, unless he's in the future. Oh, you're saying April 14th is 9 days ago?
I thought April 12th was today, unless I wrote
Oh.
it down wrong.
Wait. Wait.
Oh yeah, I
what?
think it's, no, it might be a mistake.
But how is
Don't
this
worry.
from 1936? What's going on?
No, it's just a typo. Don't worry.
Did you write
Right.
this out?
No.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, is this meant to be April 4th then?
I think it's supposed to be April 4th, 1926.
26.
Yeah, it's just a slight typo.
Smith said he'll leave the lighthouse tomorrow morning. He says he doesn't care if it voids his contract. He's had enough of this island, everything on it. At least that's one less pair of eyes watching me. Still stuck with that sneak Michael, though. Smith says the radio busted again halfway through talking to the bosses. He said he'd fix it before he leaves. Counted my coins just to be sure he didn't lift any off in my sleep. I've seen Michael peering out the window, spying on my daily walks. I'll have to be a bit more careful. Right, and then April 12th, which, did you say it's today?
That's today,
It's
isn't it?
today, yeah.
Smith left without a word. Me and Michael didn't even see him go. Didn't take his paintings with him, which is odd. Lousy rat didn't even repair the radio before he left. I'll get to it later tonight. Michael's gone to check something outside. Seems paranoid. think there's more than just tobacco in that pipe of his.
Oh shit!
At least I can get more time to write. No word from
And this is where he stood
end
up.
entry.
He stood up, knocked the chair over.
Right, yeah, you're right. Maybe you should be the private investigator.
But somehow he had time to lock his journal away.
That is
When I
true.
went into the kitchen, I saw some blood on the stairs leading up into the lighthouse. I wonder if he might have been chased in there. It might be worth investigating.
I mean,
Yeah, we haven't been
made
up
a good
there
point
yet.
about the diary. Why is it just in
Well,
a
yeah,
drawer
but
locked?
he stopped writing, locked it away, and then went to investigate his sound. I don't think it's that I don't think it's that crazy.
But like, if he knocks over the chair in hurry, I don't know.
But this diary is important to him. Whatever he's typing in here, he's so paranoid. I think this young man's so paranoid. He's determined to keep his secrets from this Michael and this Smith. But this blood that the doctor speaks of leading up into the lighthouse tower, we must investigate.
Okay, so there is one other thing inside the study, which is by the window. There's a recently finished watercolor painting.
Hold on 1 second. The key for this journal was snapped off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What if he was attacked? And that's why the chair
Oh.
was knocked over. And then whoever it was put the journal away and snapped the key off in the lock so that people couldn't find it? That's a possibility. I just don't think that they would. Why wouldn't
The
they just?
drawer was left open though.
No, because it was locked, and
This
the
is the one we
key
had to
was.
smash open.
But so here's the thing:
Oh,
if the
sorry,
journal
I
was that
see.
bigger concern, presumably they would just take it with them and chuck it in the fucking sea. They wouldn't just lock it
Well,
away.
I mean, the only person who's in any way incriminated is Michael.
Well, he's suspicious of Michael, but the coins might have driven him mad. They're from Innsmouth, after all.
No, but what I'm saying is the only person who wanted to hide anything about the diary would either be the diary owner or Michael.
Yeah. Well, let's
By the
have a
way,
look up that, follow that blood trail.
George or Michael.
Find out what's happened up there.
Yeah. So I just quickly.
No, what about the painting?
There is
first?
yeah. So while this is
I
all
assume
going
it's
on,
Smith's.
while Roy is, looking through reading out the journal, one of you is looking at the sort of pile of paintings, and there's one that's clearly been finished recently, and it shows a sort of window and an ominous kind of dark shadow of like a humanoid outline with big wide white eyes looking through the glass pane, and just by the fact that you're standing right next to it, you can tell that it's the same window that you're standing next to.
Well, at least the zombie held for the painting. I mean, that's nice.
Who wants to be the one looking at this, investigating this painting?
I'll do it. As
Okay.
a
Can I
man
get
of
a
God.
sanity roll?
Yeah.
Can I get a sanity roll from you, please?
Can we? Is there any way we can confirm this was Smith who did the painting? Because it said in
How
this
much
one that
sanity do I
Smith
lose?
is the painter.
You lose 1 sanity. It creeps you out. It sort of makes the
That's
hairs on the back of your neck.
This painting is unholy.
Yeah. So, Greg, when you flip through the paintings, they're all signed by Smith in the bottom.
Okay, cool.
In the bottom of the paintings. So, obviously you deduct that it was Smith, and obviously he's now gone. But there is another painting, that sort of catches your eye, and it's basically a sort of portrait of the lighthouse from outside, and the sort of tree line, almost like what you saw when you were coming up towards the lighthouse. And on the left hand side, where up the path, there's another silhouette of a man. Unlike the sort of weird creepy one that you just saw, the sort of weird painting, this one's dated February the 14th, 1926.
That's 2 days' time.
February 14th, not April 14th.
February 14th.
Oh, sorry. No, I made
and-
the mistake, not you. I
No,
yeah.
that's right. Can I get? Is anyone proficient in
Chainsaw?
biology,
Oh.
zoology, or natural world?
I have natural world.
Okay.
Wait,
Can you
biology, psychology, or natural world, did you
Zoology.
say? Oh, never mind.
give me a natural world check.
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
Evelyn is just a crush in these roles.
So, Evelyn, as you take a glance at the weird painting that Father John found, and although the painting technique is kind of rudimentary, it's not particularly detailed. The way that the humanoid has been drawn and how the eyes look and fit on the head, you deduct that it almost looks like a fish or a frog, something of that nature.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm ready to deploy the fish priest voice at a moment's notice.
Oh yeah, the fish priest.
Helpers! Bring us the cords!
We've got Gmurgle and Glugsh here.
Gmurgle and Glugsh ready to go, yeah.
Okay, so you still haven't been into. Let me quickly check.
the larder. We haven't
Roy
been into.
hasn't had the
Larder.
chance to check out the larder yet.
Yeah,
The larder
I'm
and the-
busted in the larder.
Also, we haven't been
Larder
up the
and
lighthouse and
Bunkhouse.
following that blood trail, which is kind
And,
of a big deal.
Yeah.
Someone might need your help, Doctor.
And there's also the the kitchen. You haven't so you've seen the blood coming from the kitchen and the coins that were sort of in the entrance, but Klaus, you've come out, so you haven't actually gone into the kitchen. You've only investigated the study so far.
Once he found the coins, he was out.
Yeah, basically. So you still have the kitchen and the study. So the kitchen, the larder, and the bunk room, and then the stairs to the upper floor.
Well, I'm up to the larder.
Okay.
I'll go look at the bunkhouse as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Roy, there's not really much of interest in here. There's a bunch of shelves with all manners of canned and preserved foods, and there's enough here for the 3 people that supposed to live here to sort of live here for several months, 3 or 4 months. If they've been cut off from the island. Other than that, there's not really much of it.
Right. I'll leave the larder.
Charlie, in the bunk room, you see there are sort of 3 neatly made beds. There's a large pile of books that are just sort of piled into one in the corner. Not really anything of note, just random novels and things like that. And there are 3 cupboards that are holding soap, towels, etc.
Right.
Yep.
First of all, can I shout? Evelyn, there's some books for you in here.
Coming, Charlie.
No.
So I
What
beckon.
is this role-playing? My God.
Holy
Oh.
shit!
So I beckon Evelyn, and then I quickly look in one of the drawers.
Okay.
While she's on her way.
Yeah. So you look through some of the drawers, but they just seem to be holding mostly soap and sort of just bits and bobs that are needed for everyday life. But if I can get a spot hidden from you.
Here we go again.
So you can. My 50 spot hidden that's not yet paid off.
Yes.
And still will.
Okay,
And
so
still will not.
yeah, so you don't find anything of note in the wardrobes. Evelyn, you walk in. Can I get a spot hidden from you as well, please?
No.
Can I just interject for a second?
Yep.
As a private investigator, should my spot hidden not be a bit better?
Isn't it your
It's
choice?
what you chose to
your
avoid,
skill
isn't
set,
it?
bro.
No. I'm afraid I've not done any of this before, so I had no idea what to do for stats. So I just asked Axel to do them for me.
Right.
But now I'm starting to feel like my spot hidden is so underpowered. for
Well,
someone.
yeah, I mean,
Should be
50
a bit on it.
is half. I think you just got kind of unlucky, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. So.
You might not be very good, Greg.
Yeah, true.
So,
Could be a shit private
My
investigator,
driving
yeah.
is 50, Greg, and I'm a fucking driver. So
Yeah, fair.
So other than the books and the wardrobe, the only thing there are the only thing left are the beds.
What's the deal with the books? Why was I summoned?
Well, just thought you could inspect the books.
Greg
As a
was
librarian.
explicitly told the books were nothing interesting, and now he's summoned Evelyn.
Well, it's fine. I just wanted to have my little RP moment, but that's fine.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I'll head over to the bed and inspect the beds if that's okay.
Are you trying
Absolutely.
to seduce Evelyn
Right.
here?
can I get another spot hidden for me, Greg?
Of course you can.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, he's past the
Slap
50.
bang.
Okay.
Yes.
So, two of the beds you rummage through, and there's nothing. But one of the beds, you do find, some objects hidden underneath the mattress, like sort of tucked away. You find
Jazz mags, obviously.
one of the gold coins that Klaus has found. 6 loose bullets.
This is very Resident Evil with finding the loose bullets and the coins. I'm just saying.
6 loose bullets and a pocket-sized notebook. So I'll show you that clue.
Can I take the bullets again, please?
Absolutely.
Do
Yeah.
I have to check what caliber they are again? With
Yeah. Give me a firearm. Give me a firearm roll.
Oh, this is.
a child has been writing this book.
Right. So I
Nice.
should know what these are now, should I?
Yeah.
Do they happen to fit my pistol?
They fit in the Smith and Wesson that
I see.
what's his name? I can't remember his
Father
name.
John
But,
Carver.
John.
No,
John.
yeah, they're sorry,
So
Father John.
I'll
has-
donate those to John, so he now has 11 bullets.
Oh,
Right.
update me. This is Turner's notebook. George Cassidy, previous criminal record, involved in smuggling? Lights on water, small
Greg be
rowboat?
reading this.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Greg
He
found
found
it.
the notebook.
Find it. Read it, Gregory. Clues.
Oh, fucking hell. George Cassidy, previous criminal record, involved in smuggling? ? Lights on water, small rowboat. Found ship parts on North Shore. Found gold coin on North Shore. Bigger than just bootleg moonshine. What is going on? Smith said, saw someone in trees and peering through window. Men on island at night. Croaking noise. Frog.
Ah!
Okay.
Well, what does it mean with bigger than just bootleg moonshine? What's he talking about?
Who's
I think he's saying
Turner?
this. Yeah.
Who's Turner and who's George Cassidy? I've lost it.
George Cassidy's the guy who
Cassidy-
wrote the
Okay.
journal.
Turner
Yeah.
must be Michael Turner. He's
Yeah.
the only
Oh,
person
yeah.
we haven't accounted for.
True.
What
Well-
about the other bloke?
Smith.
Smith was his
yeah.
last name, right?
Smith said,
Smith-
but that's all they
Smith.
referred to him as.
Well,
Smith
I don't
said,
know
Maybe
if
his
his
first
last
name.
name was Smith, actually.
well, no, but they just called him Smith. In the other journal, he just refers to him as Smith. George Cassidy's
Yeah.
diary, Smith left
Yeah, but-
without a word. Me and Michael didn't even see him go. So this must be Michael Turner. And
Yeah,
Smith
so he
is the
refers
other
to Smith.
party.
But it could be Smith Turner.
Smith Turner?
I mean, it's an awful name, but
We're not ruling anything out here.
we
I-
can't.
all right.
This notebook refers to Smith, so he's talking about Smith here. It can't
Oh, okay.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So Michael Turner it is.
That's our best guess, anyway. Lads, isn't there blood coming down from the lighthouse? Am I going mad
Yeah, we're
here?
we're just getting there.
We're just looking
Right.
at coins and books. There could be
Well,
someone. There could be a man needing our help up there,
But
bleeding to
the rest
death.
of
And
this-
here's
the
us with
rest-
a doctor.
The rest of this information we knew already, right? This notebook's
Yeah.
pretty insignificant.
I'm
Okay.
I'm heading
We
to
know,
the lighthouse.
We know all of this.
Okay.
Doctor,
so
come
Father
with me.
John's-
I'm also going up the stairs.
And is anyone going to go to the kitchen? Just
Yeah, I mean,
or
I
we'll
might
go-
as well go with Greg.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And Evelyn.
I'll go to the beacon at the top.
Okay. All right. So in the kitchen, not a huge amount going on. It's just a small little kitchen with a wood-fired stove. There's a kettle that's near it that's still warm, and one of the chairs is broken on the floor, sort of with the dining table, is broken on the floor with a small pool of blood next to
Right.
it. Can I get a int roll from everyone in the kitchen? So that's Charlie and Roy.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, fucking hell.
You just see there's a chair on the floor and a pool of blood.
Chair and blood. No need to look any further into this.
Well, it's a weird design choice, but you know.
And if I could get a first aid roll from both of you as well.
Oh God.
Mine's 30, so there is hope. Nope, never mind.
No,
My
where's
rolls.
first aid?
Oh.
Oh no, mine is 30. Okay, fine. Is that the base?
Everyone
thing?
starts with 30, yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes,
that's a hard success as well.
He's broken from fixing things. He's now
So Ashwin, you can, you've beaten Roy's beaten a few heads in his time,
Yeah.
and you can tell that the blood has been spilled recently, like very recently. It's still sort of bright red, bright crimson. But having said that, when you sort of inspect it, there's something weird about the consistency of it. It's almost like too watery for
That's
human
a
blood.
fish person blood.
It's not. Yeah, you feel like there's something not quite right, but you can't. Yeah, you don't really have any idea of
Okay.
what it means. There's also in the kitchen you've also got a bunch of drawers, some cabinets.
We'll search through all those, I think.
Yeah. So you find only real sharp kitchen knife in one of the drawers.
Oh.
Do you want that or me? I've already got a pistol, so. But you've already got your planks. So
I've got my plank.
Yeah, you've got your melee weapon.
Yeah, no, I mean my melee weapon really should just be fists, so you can have the knife.
Oh, I did find...
Knives. So just to interject here, knife counts as brawl.
Oh, okay.
Anything,
does the plank also count as brawl?
Yes. Basically, anything that you would, like, let's say if you're in a room, anything that you could pick up and use as a weapon counts as brawl, basically. It's something, it excludes all the other, so axe,
a melee
flail,
weapon that doesn't
spear,
require any particular
sword.
skill. I
Exactly,
guess.
yeah.
Would
So
I know what the
so
damage on the
should-
knife was? Do I think it would do more damage than my improvised weapon?
No, the knife does 1d3 damage.
Oh,
Should
well,
I
fuck
take
that.
the
damage,
knife then?
right?
Yeah, you take the knife.
I'll take the knife. Is it just a
That's
kitchen
how much my
knife?
fists do.
It's just a kitchen knife, standard kitchen knife.
I'll take that then.
I've only got
right.
ammo 6, but I should have ammo.
No, yeah,
No,
no.
you've got some in your. Oh,
yeah, I gave
11
him the other set. The other set.
okay, sorry, I'll have that.
Thank you.
And I gave you a dodgy
We're
pipe.
2 hours in, and we're still on the ground floor of the lighthouse.
Well, you guys are. The three of us are headed up.
Yeah. Okay, so the three of you, it's Evelyn, Father John, and Klaus, make your way up towards the top of the lighthouse, up the winding stairs. There are quite a lot of stairs, so this takes you a while. As you get near the top, there's a room that's on your left, and it's sort of like a small service room that basically holds the
with 5
mechanism
viewers.
that turns the lamp that's above it. And in this room, there's a small set of stairs that leads up through a trapdoor into the very top of the lighthouse where the lantern room is. There's a bunch of boxes, including, for example, a replacement bulb for the beacon. There's a workbench, some tool bags, a bunch of sort of logs about how the lighthouse is doing and all that jazz. Can I get a mechanical or an electrical repair roll from all three of you, based on which?
Woof. It ain't gonna be pretty. Nope.
Okay. So reader,
Lads.
just a quick, just a quick skim through the records. You don't really understand most of it. It's all sort of technical jargon that you aren't familiar with. So yeah, you
The
sort of
grill?
you
What
flip
the hell
through.
is the grill?
You flip through and just put them back down because you don't really get it. Opposite the workbench. Yep.
Just to be clear, there was blood leading up here, wasn't there?
Yes.
Is there
Yep.
any more sign of blood? Where did it stop on our way up? What's the deal with the blood?
So there was blood right at the bottom, but there's no blood in the room that you're currently in. However, the chair that was used at sort of one of the workshop tables has been tipped over and is almost blocking the stairs going up towards the very top, the beacon. So someone's just kind of like
thrown it behind them
in.
to try to
kind of like jam it in just to sort of obstruct it.
Right.
Basically.
I'm gonna call up the ladder and see what's
All right.
what's the crack up there? Do you need help? And then listen very carefully using my listen skill.
Oh, give me a listen roll.
Nice.
You, other than the rain, you really can't hear anything. You put your sort of ear to the trapdoor. It doesn't sound like anything is above you whatsoever that you can tell.
Herr Doctor, hand me your lantern if you will.
Absolutely. Go up and check.
God protect me. And I'm gonna open the trapdoor and go up the ladder with the lantern.
Okay, so Father John, as you make your way up the steps through the trapdoor, you are met with a scene of absolute carnage.
Yikes!
It comes the sanity roll.
The wind is the wind is absolutely gushing through. Panes of glass in the room have been broken, and that would usually protect you from the elements when you're inside the beacon room, and they've been broken. So the rain is just hurtling in,
right?
And the wind is obviously coming howling through. You're so far up. There's shards of glass just everywhere on the floor, and to make matters worse, on top of the glass, there's a giant pool of blood that is just like everywhere. Basically, it's a completely underfoot. It fills every sort of gap underneath you. There's a corpse of two men that you can see right in front of you. So two corpses. One of which is sort of face down on the ground, sort of like wearing a sort of coat similar to the ones that you found downstairs in the hallway. And there's another man that's sort of propped up against the glass, kind of like how you found the other man outside, just sort of basically like he hit the wall and then just sort of sank down. Outside of that, there are another two corpses, and these things are I can hear myself. These things are like nothing you've ever seen. They are like grotesque fish-like monstrosities, covered in this sort of grey slime. They're sort of like humanoid, about 5 foot. Hang on, I can hear my mic. I don't know it's coming through yours, Ted.
I don't know how. It must just be because I've got you turned up quite loud. I'll turn you down.
Oh, maybe turn me down a bit.
All right, try now.
So there are two of these bizarre fish-like monsters, and they've got sort of bulbous eyes on the side of their head, similar to the one that you saw in the painting, and a row of really sharp teeth line their quite large mouth. They sort of resemble an anglerfish, like the face of an anglerfish, basically.
Like the deep sea anglerfish.
Yeah. So sunken eyes, massive teeth.
What about the painting? Is there any similarity between this and that painting I saw?
You can basically assume that based on how the face looks, that this is the thing that the painting was
Yikes.
referring to. And there are two of these corpses. They're just sort of like naked, gruesome fish creature, like half fish, half human sort of creatures, and they're just two corpses just lying about.
Did you say there were two bloke?
There are two bloke corpses, one lying face down, and one sitting against the glass. If I can get a
can me and Roy
sanity roll.
Can me and Roy have been called up as well?
Well, we're gonna call you guys in a sec. Don't worry.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna need a sanity roll from you, Ted.
My God.
Okay, so I need you to roll a 1d4.
How do I just roll a dice?
If you go to the bottom, there's like the very bottom, on
yeah.
the bottom right. There's like a d4. Just roll d4.
You have to be in chat.
You can.
3.
3. Okay, so you lose 4 sanity.
4.
From witnessing this. You've seen a lot of things in your time. A lot of blood and a lot of gruesome things.
I've never
but
seen the likes of
you've
this on
never
God's
seen-
green earth.
You've never seen
Doctor!
these creatures.
Doctor, keep the woman down there and come up. There's 4 dead bodies here for you to inspect. Evelyn, get the other 2.
Goodness, I'm going.
Fuck, you know.
All right, so I emerge onto the rooftop with Father
Okay.
John,
Yep. So if I get a sanity check.
taking the scene of horror.
No.
Okay,
How could you
yep.
call me up into this? It's monstrous.
I thought you'd pass your sanity check, Doctor. I'm sorry.
So if I can get a D4 from you as well.
Yeah, of course.
Plague will somewhere roll a 15.
Well,
Fine.
you lose two sanity. So,
And how do I? Is that something I do, right?
Yeah.
yes. You
on
click on yourself.
Where it says sanity, just click on the number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
43. Okay, cool.
So yeah, you basically freeze. You see this scene. You were expecting a sort of grisly scene based on what Father John said, but the sight of these monstrosities is what kind of pushes you over the edge a bit and makes you sort of hesitate for a moment as you see these weird creatures. So at this point, investigating the corpses. Who's not with us? Charlie and Roy, right?
Evelyn's gone to get 'em.
We're
They're
on
still
our
going.
way up the stairs.
Okay, so you still have the 2 corpses of the 2 men and the 2 fish creatures. If you want to investigate any of those or have a look around.
I'd like to start with the corpses of the 2 men to calm me down. You know, the familiar, and
Okay.
then the occult.
Okay, so which man are you looking at?
I'll look with the guy who's been slumped against the glass.
Okay. So, the corpse of this man is just like I said, lying against, sort of propped up against the glass of the lighthouse. You open up his jacket, and you see that around his neck there's a heavy purse, and it's filled with the gold coins that you've found already. It's sort of like tied by a leather cord around his neck.
Has Father John noticed there's a leather cord filled with with cash tied around this guy's neck?
Right, let's have a look.
Are you a fucking
Roll
crook or
sleight of-
something? What kind
Roll
of doctor?
sleight of hand.
Give me a.
Sleight of hand.
Let's have a look at House's. House's only got 10.
I can try and steal it just really ineptly.
What would you like? What would you like to roll? What do you think would be a good roll for this?
I think sleight of hand is accurate. I want to try and slip these
Okay.
into my jacket.
Fine, roll me a sleight of hand then.
Go on, Klaus.
Yeah. So you're kind of funneling these coins, trying to get the bag,
John's like,
trying to get the
What's that?
bag off this guy's neck.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Doctor, I'll hold on to those for you, shall I?
Oh, very well.
Okay, so other than the coins that you find around his neck, he also has a 6-shooter gun, a Colt M1-877, in his hand, and his hands, like as you sort of take this gun, the hands are still warm, right? When you look inside the gun, all of the bullets have been spent in the chamber. Can I get an intelligence roll?
From me as well, or just from the head doctor?
Both of you is fine, yeah.
Oh, lads. Nice.
Mine is
Oh, I thought you
90,
were
so...
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So,
smart.
you recognize the from the bullets that are still almost like around, like you can see, that you basically assume that based on where he's come from the bottom floor, and gone all the way to the top, that the bullets that are in the hallway are also from this gun, and like it was basically this man shot those bullets that were in the hallway, that were embedded in the ground.
I see.
So you could take the gun if you want. It does decent damage. 1d8.
What kind of gun is it?
The Colt M1877.
What's the caliber rating on it out of interest?
That's a 45, isn't it?
It's a 45.
I currently have the only 45 ammo, I believe, because I have the Colt 45 M1911. So I'd argue there's a one in which I'd take that pistol, just because I'm the only one with the ammo that's correct for it.
You already have a pistol.
wait, you're just gonna go akimbo?
Yeah, he's going to go
What?
John Woo.
Well, does this one do more damage?
No,
Okay, never mind.
but you
this
could
one
take the
else
ammo,
now.
or
There
give it.
wasn't
to
any ammo because it was all used up.
Oh yeah, no,
it
yeah,
was
no,
all
you're
used
right.
up.
Yeah.
It's just an empty pistol. I throw the pistol off the roof. I will do no harm.
I mean, although this gun is empty, you do recall that the desk that held the empty pistol was probably this gun, and you did find 6 bullets in that.
Mate, it's been chucked off the roof. There's no helping it now. It's flying.
Right. So, can I get a... Actually, okay. So you've investigated this man, and there's still the 2 corpses of the weird fish creatures and the man that's lying down, that's lying on his front.
I'll do man that's lying on his front next.
Okay. So he's sort of lying down on the floor, on his front. His head's positioned towards the man that's which you assume is like George Cassidy, but he's basically looking in that direction. It was almost like he's fallen, face first onto the ground. As you turn him over, you're met with this hideous visage of a human who's almost got like halfway through the mutation into one of the other fish creatures that are lying around. So he has the same sort of weird grey visage and the sort of slightly slimy looking skin. His eyes are sunken into his head, but they're not quite opaque, or sort of yellow and white like the other fish creatures have. And his nose is kind of sort of a normal human nose, and his teeth are kind of sharper than what you'd expect, but not as sharp as the other creatures. So
this lad sort of partway through turning into one of these fish things.
yeah, so you can assume that it's almost like a half human, half fish creature, almost like a hybrid.
Either they bred with him, or he's becoming one of them. Lord preserve us.
Can I do a medicine check to find out if it's a breeding or if it's a transformation or things like that?
Give me a first aid or medicine check. Yep. 1 or 2.
Nice.
Success.
So you look over the body a bit, and to be honest, you can't really tell what sort of creature this man is. If he is some sort of almost like half breed with the fish, or if he's mutating. You have no experience with this, so you can't really tell. But you can see, as you sort of open up his shirt, that he's been shot twice, and you can deduct that these bullet wounds are what killed.
So it wasn't the fish that got him. He was killed by his friend.
Was he the one? He was sided with the fish, and perhaps was shot in self-defense.
Was he the one carrying the coins, Doctor?
No, the coins were on around the neck of the human. The coins that you've now taken from me. But first, let us assess these fish creatures.
Okay, so you have a quick. At this point, shall we have the rest of the crew make their way up to the...
I was just gonna boot the bodies down to them, but
can we be before we enter? Can they say, by the way, there's lots of corpses here. Don't don't worry, guys.
Sure you wish to go up there?
Don't worry, guys. There's lots of corpses up here, but don't worry.
So, Greg, answer me this: if I told you, Greg, there's a hideous monster and several dead bodies and gore and blood, you'd be like, yeah, it won't bother me now you told me.
Well, no, I'd take a few deep breaths and prepare myself so it wouldn't affect myself.
You're such a min-maxer.
I'm sure that'll help.
We can have, so let's say...
We're up here in the fucking elements, aren't we? Isn't it?
We are, yeah.
Maybe we should get the bodies downstairs.
Let's get Roy upstairs to fix it.
No, I'm just saying, it's all broken glass. I don't trust Roy not to fall off the fucking lighthouse. We could just put the bodies down through the hole, and you can have a look at them down in the relative calm of the rest of the lighthouse.
So that is.
We don't want to move the corpses. It might. Surely that would.
The room that is downstairs is just a small service room,
okay.
It's really not very big. So you could theoretically pile the corpses shove them into a corner, but
I'm gonna put my head down the hatch. There's nothing for you to see up here if you want to retain your sanity. It's a terrible scene. I can describe it to you in great detail. I can tell you what the crack is, but you've no need to have a look yourself. It's grisly, especially not the lady.
So I will say that in the service room there is a broken radio that someone could theoretically take a look at if someone wants to do that.
Right.
Otherwise, I will
go on, then.
summon everyone to the service room. So basically, Father John and Klaus, you're in at the very top, and
I can have a quick gander at the radio then, I guess.
All right. Roll me I tell you what. What's your?
Are you gonna try?
Who's in the service room? Who's in the service room?
Me, Roy, and Evelyn.
Me. Okay, so Evelyn, Charlie, and Roy. Can I get either a mechanical or an electrical repair roll?
Oh shit.
Whichever one you prefer.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck.
Oh. Right.
Mechanical. Wait, where's mechanical?
That's right. Roy's already.
Oh, never mind.
Cool.
It's not plugged in, mate. There's your problem.
So Roy, you've worked with like a couple of radios. You've got a radio. You know it's elementary. It's just a case of moving a couple of parts. So you basically fixed it with ease. And the radio is now working. So you theorize that you could possibly send out a distress call or something similar.
I guess I'm just gonna try and fiddle with the radio until I find a frequency that seems like
Okay.
it's gonna do something.
Right. So back up at in the very top of the lighthouse, the
Have we heard this radio fiddling? Given that I was calling down through the hatch, I'm sort of chilling near the hatch.
all right.
I'd like to tell Roy.
Yeah.
Roy, make sure you tell them there's a dead FBI agent here. That'll get them moving.
Good idea. Okay, so can I get a either a natural world or a science, biology, or zoology roll from
Me and Play.
from you and Play.
So natural world or biology.
Or you could say so.
You
for
could invite
example,
Miles up
You
there.
could invite Evelyn up because
Sure.
you know that she's more.
Evelyn,
You know.
you're invited up here. I was hoping to spare you this, but I need you to have a look at it. It's beyond my ken and the doctors.
Okay, will do.
Okay, so Miles, you head up the. Sorry, Evelyn, you head up the hatch yourself. Can I get a sanity roll, please?
Oh, dub.
Okay. So
Think of all these Mary Sues these days. Passing every roll. Disgusting.
the site is grisly for you, but weirdly, the sort of weird creatures are not too far from your imagination.
He's
Having
got
read
he's
all
got a
these
fishman
books,
kink.
so if I can just lose one sanity because the gore is quite a lot, and the sight of actually seeing one of these weird sort of creatures just takes you back a bit. So if I can make you lose one sanity, please.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Natural world.
yeah, natural world, please.
Can I do a medical check as well, just to investigate them in a sort of medical sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Autopsy.
Okay.
Autopsy,
So
yeah.
we'll start with so natural what? Yeah. Okay. Hi. Okay. So we'll start with Evan. So, Evan, you take a look at the bodies and you see that they're almost encased in this kind of these sort of scaly exteriors where their arms and their shoulders and most of their torso, for example, are all covered in these kind of like fish scales but much larger, more like sort of armor, and those parts are really quite rigid, but there's a sort of area in the sort of where your belly button, I suppose, would be on a normal human. There's a sort of small area where the plates obviously don't link to allow some sort of movement of the torso, and that area is incredibly fleshy and weak, like a sort of line almost going down the middle up towards
Like a weak
the
spot.
sort of chest. Yeah. Furthermore, the sort of although most of the head is also armored, the area around the eyes, especially like a sort of around the eyes going up towards the top of the crown of the nose. Crown, is it crown?
Bridge?
You know, the bridge, that's the one. Bridge of the nose is also quite sort of squishy and fleshy almost.
So was that the head or the stomach is basically the...
Both. So around the eyes.
So around the head,
And-
around the eyes and or in the gut is where we want to hit them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right around the stomach.
Just like boxing, go for the eyes, go for the gut.
Klaus, you also passed, right? So you just do a quick look over the corpses, and you see 2 bullets, one per fish creature, went into the eye of one of them, and the other one went into the stomach of the other, and those were most like the cause of death. So between the 3 creatures, took 4 bullets to kill the 3. Can I get a mechanical repair check from everyone in the top of the lighthouse?
Oh, this is their strength.
Okay,
This is what we're good at.
this is not my cup of tea at all. I have to roll a 10 or less. Oh, no!
Oh, come on.
Oh no!
Oh, Klaus Heisler was about to just out of nowhere.
I have it! I have it! I don't have it. I'm sorry.
And can I get a spot hidden check from all three of you in the top as well?
Nice.
God. My luck will run out soon.
Alright. So Evelyn, you can see from the angle that basically one of the bullets from this gun has shot the beacon of the lighthouse, and that's why it's been broken, essentially. So in the kerfuffle, somehow the man has shot the lighthouse beacon, and that's why your ship has sunk, essentially. Right, shall we have a quick, a small 3-minute break?
Sure.
Yeah, I just need the toilet and some
Alright.
Fair leveling. Now that we're up here, just the two of us.
I'm gonna dodge this bit of roleplay.
You're a very charming German.
No, I think it was more Greg going into the ERP, inviting you into the bedroom, saying, "Oh, look at all these books I've got spread out for you."
True.
Any questions, chat? Anything you've missed? This is called Forge, isn't it, Mum?
Foundry.
Foundry.
Forge is so basically if you use Foundry, you have to do like port forwarding and stuff to get the game to be online. But Forge is a sort of server thing specifically for Foundry where it costs like £5 a month. You can host it on there so people can actually join without using port forwarding and stuff.
Okay.
Who are we waiting on? I mean, just Greg and Ash, right?
Yep.
Ready check.
Skill roll has got to be equal to or under. So, for example, if your handgun is 70, then when you roll a D100, it's got to be 70 or below. Depending on how difficult the task is, I can also ask for a hard or extreme. Hard is half of that, so in that case, it'd be 35, and extreme is a fifth. So, for example,
14.
Yeah. So, for example, shooting a bloke in a normal environment would just take a regular shot. But if you're looking out a window trying to shoot someone that was 100 meters away, I would make that an extreme roll because there's still technically a chance, but extremely unlikely. If you roll a 1, that's a critical success. So you're guaranteed success, and something extremely positive usually happens. And if your skill is above 50, then a 100 is a fumble, which utterly fucks it. If your skill's below 50, anything 96 or above is a fumble. But there are other things that you can do with rolls, which I chose this scenario because it introduces some of the mechanics, not all at once. So when we play future things, it will add other stuff. Otherwise, it's like a lot of information. But you can have things like opposed rolls and stuff, which we will probably get to at some point.
Is there anything my geezer can be doing while all this is going on?
Roy's on the radio. No, because after Roy's fixed the radio, it's basically up to you what you guys want to do.
Cool.
After Roy's
also, it is Plague's autopsy check gonna go through because he got a correct.
Yeah, I've already done it.
Yeah, we've already done that. I found out
cool.
the cause of death was the bullets. These fish boys go down pretty fucking easy, gotta say.
I see.
Does you aim at their fleshy parts?
Just point and click.
How are we doing on sanity? Eric's on 1. Everything's on 1. Father John's on 6. House on 2. Roy's on 0. Roy's dodged everything sanity related.
Health-wise, he's not in so good a shape.
Health-wise, yeah, he fell on the generator.
Fucking Roy.
Alright, we ready to go?
I believe so.
Lashing back? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So Roy, you're feeling about on the radio, but the storm, you just can't really seem to find any channels. So you could keep looking, take some more time to go through it, or you could do something else. It's up to you. Otherwise, the rest of you think you've kind of got an idea of what's happened up here.
I'm done with the radio.
Can I get a listen check from the 3 people that are in the service room?
Wait, who's in the service room?
It's only me in the service room.
It's me as well.
Roy.
Me as well.
Everyone else is in the top,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Right.
And I'm the only one in the.
No,
Roy's-
I'm here, you fucking
Oh,
oaf.
sorry.
You are a fucking oaf, Greg. There's truth in that.
Right, yeah, can I get a...
Yes.
Okay.
Roy.
Roy,
Yes.
Roy, you can hear the pat of feet downstairs.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna
Um,
let the lad know about this one.
on the ground floor, you can hear footsteps.
Does it sound like human feet or like little like fish feet?
You don't know. You don't know.
Right. Well, I'm
You
gonna
can just
let
hear
the lads
sounds.
know.
You can just hear sounds coming from.
Does it sound like it's coming like up the stairs or?
You can't tell, but they're kind of slow and methodical. So it doesn't sound like they're coming up from the stairs. It just sounds like they're in the bottom of the.
Right. I'm gonna let Greg know. Arm yourself. Get that pistol out.
I will pull out my pistol.
Okay.
I'm also gonna let the lads know.
Yeah.
I'll try and not do the classic Roy shout. I'll go for a more
Yeah.
a more level.
Oh, lads.
Woo!
All right. What have you heard?
Just footsteps, mate.
Well,
I mean,
don't shoot first. It might be one of the islanders or something, or help.
from what I've seen so far, mate, these islanders are not really. Very
Every
safe.
single one of the deceased has died within an hour of us. It would make sense that these fish people are still around. May I recommend aiming for the head or the stomach?
Just be careful. Don't shoot the innocent. That's in the Bible somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Thou shalt not shoot the wrong person.
Are any of us good at stealth beside myself?
Are you gonna hide in this tiny room, Greg?
No, I'm saying we could try and sneak attack the people downstairs instead of all bundle down the stairs.
I think
and
they
just-
probably
May I
know we're
volunteer
here.
Roy to go first, and I will
Yeah.
hide behind him.
meat shield Roy.
Is there any other way down from this lighthouse?
Jump. No, you could jump, but you would die.
Okay.
So no, the stairs are the only way.
I'm very good at dodging. Can I dodge the fall damage?
So I'll go down first with my
No, we'll land on Roy. Roy, right, no, Roy, jump out the window and we'll land on you.
I
Greg,
will
do you wanna
closely
make a
follow.
stealth?
Well,
so who's going
I was
first?
tempted to, but
I'm going
No, yeah,
first.
Roy
I've
can
got
go
my,
first,
I've got
and
my board.
yeah, and I'll
equipped.
stay behind him with my pistol drawn.
All right, both of you give me a stealth check.
We're all gonna climb.
Roy
I'm coming down
Roy
this
is
ladder,
not
I
a
assume.
stealthy lad.
Let's all get down this ladder. We must help them.
Oh!
Yes, Roy!
Yes, Roy!
And Roy
So-
did it.
Right, super stealthy mission from us two.
You two tiptoe down,
Oh my god.
tiptoe down the stairs, and as you sort of reach the very bottom, you kind of ever so slowly peek out towards the hallway, and you see, you don't know exactly how many, but you see at least 3 of these
Oh,
awful
shit.
looking fish creatures just kind of ambling. One of them sort of standing in the doorway. One of them is looking into the kitchen, and the other one is actually walking almost like from almost maybe 2-3 meters away from you, walking towards the exit. And it's clear that they don't know that you're there.
Bloody hell.
Right, well, so we either wait them out, we try and sneak attack them with another stealth roll, which feels unlikely for you.
Well, you don't
Um,
have, so you wouldn't have to do a stealth. So the way
so we
combat
could
works,
slowly assassinate them.
No, the way combat works is, if you have your gun ready, you get a +50. So Dex determines who goes first in the turn. If you have your gun ready and you start, you get a surprise attack on the person.
Well, I can get a surprise attack on someone.
You could get a surprise attack.
Which
On-
were you going to say that increases it by 50?
Increase your Dex by 50, so it basically means that
Okay.
you'll go first.
Right.
So if you were to shoot the fish creature that's nearest to you, it would count as being in point blank range, so you would get a bonus to your accuracy.
Could I knife him in? No, I couldn't knife him instead, could I? Because I don't have my knife.
I think. Wait, what's the sort of situation with the doorway? Are we like tucked behind the side of it?
Basically, yeah. So you're kind of crouched on the stairs, and you've peeked almost like you peeked down into the corridor. So if they looked directly at you, they would probably see bits of you sticking out. But as it stands, none of them are actually looking in your direction at this point.
Fucking hell.
So we wait for them to leave. I would argue, right?
I'd say so. If they come towards us, we can try and ambush them then.
Yeah.
Can I get a sanity roll from
Yeah.
both of you?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god.
Okay, so Roy, can I get a D4? 2. So can you lose 3 sanity? And Greg, I need to lose 1 sanity.
What?
I
passed.
No, it doesn't matter, mate. It's still
The
you're
sight
seeing,
of
really?
seeing
seeing
the
these
mad.
creatures, the sight of
I
seeing
see.
these creatures alive, and the knowledge that you're essentially trapped in the lighthouse with these creatures, and you don't know how many there are.
Every man
Basically-
has a breaking point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Roy, the sight of these creatures takes you aback. Like you saw you didn't see the corpses, right? So you've never seen anything like these, and
Oh, that's true.
as soon as you see these monsters, you gasp out loud.
Oh, for God's sake, Roy!
You ruined our stealth, Roy.
Roy!
So you're like, like a like genuine shock
Right, Greg,
of
get
seeing
prepared,
some sort
mate.
of freak creature.
Yeah.
Immediately, all 3 of these fish monsters turn towards you. And,
Perfect. That means we can do damage to them.
It's
Right.
time.
Right.
start-
So
quick.
can I take a quick shot at one of them?
We'll start combat. Yes, we
Cool.
can. Okay,
Bosh.
so you're going to. So there's one that's real close, one in the doorway right at the end, and one sort of half
Okay.
hidden in one of the doorways. So
Right.
which one are you going to go for?
Well, probably want to get the. I think Roy, big Roy with his melee weapon can deal with the close one. So I'll take the one from medium distance, please.
So the one in medium is half in the doorway. So
Okay,
it
I'll take the
has
one from
cover.
far distance away.
Okay, so 1 moment.
Bonk.
I'll fucking snipe him with my handgun.
So because of how small the house is, and the fact that he's standing in the doorway, you'll get a bonus to your
cool.
firearm. So can I get a firearm check with a bonus die?
Handgun +1, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So you passed, so you get 47, and then you're using your Colt, right?
Yes.
So you need to roll a 1d10.
Here comes the big damage.
I'm
I'm going 8.
1d10. Get out.
3.
3 plus a d4, were it?
No, because it's a
You're thinking of melee.
yeah.
Oh.
So Charlie, he sort of in the as soon as Roy gasps, he shoots his Colt directly aimed at the head of the fish creature in the doorway, and the bullet just goes clean through the eye. Instantly just drops this fish creature
Yes.
into the doorway, and there's like a split second where it lets out some like disgusting sort of cry of, you know,
Fishmen?
like death. Yeah.
Fishmen, let's hear your
And it just crumples onto the ground. Okay, now things get a bit. So, actually, what's your dex?
45.
Okay, so before you can react, the one that's closest to you sort of instantly does a 180 and almost like leaps towards you and is on you immediately.
Right.
So I'm gonna roll here.
It's grapple time.
Give me a sec. Okay, so can I get a fighting brawl roll from you, Ashram?
Yeah.
18. Okay.
Fuck this guy.
66.
So this thing jumps on you, and you basically almost elbow it as it's sort of flying towards you. You manage to just elbow it in the sort of neck, and it kind of falls to the ground. It's still sort of extremely close range with you, but you manage to stop its initial attack. And the one in the kitchen door obviously also is now sprinting towards you, and you've essentially got one of these fish creatures is right in your face in a brawl, and the other one is just maybe like 2 meters behind it. So it's your turn now. So basically, when it comes to melee combat, you can do one of 3 things. You can fight back, which means you're trying to get blows in on it. You can dodge, which means that you obviously just try and dodge damage, or you can try and attempt a maneuver, which basically means something like if you wanted to put it in a headlock or try and push it down, something like that, rather than it's just being a fist or a weapon. Something actually takes a bit of maneuvering. So the way it works is, we'll quickly go through it all. When you roll for combat, so let's say it's going to be Roy in this case. So Roy's brawl is what is it?
50.
50. So you need to roll a success, like a regular success, for example.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the aggressor, all you have to do is roll equal to or better than the opposing person. So, for
Right.
example, if you roll a regular success and the fish monster fails, then obviously you win. But
Yeah.
if you rolled an extreme success and it rolled a hard success, you still win. Or if you both rolled regular, you win. When you dodge, it's the opposite, and the defender wins ties. And if you both fail, then essentially it's like nothing really happens. So you have your fist and the weapon. Now, what you usually would do is, so going from this point onwards, I've given an example on how Greg, for example, killed the monster, but going forward, you should narrate what you do. So I will tell you sort of how hard you hit or like how much damage. I won't tell you obviously exactly, but and it's up to you, sort of tell me what you've done. And then if something dies or falls unconscious, I'll tell you, and you'll tell me how you did that. You see what I mean? So, for example, I punched him straight in the head, and he kind of falls over. Like, you see what I mean? So that's the bit you narrate.
Sure. What's this fishman that I elbowed doing? He's just still standing.
So you stopped him right in his tracks. And he's about to just go for another. So each of these like turns is about 5 seconds. So he's almost like recoiling from what you've just done, and now it's your chance to get in a blow yourself.
Okay.
At this point, it might be wise to try and possibly get back up. It's up to you. You wanna?
That's
can
true.
Can I get a listen roll from the 3 people right at the top? Actually.
Oh.
All right.
The cavalry.
Klaus, you hear the shot from downstairs.
Okay.
Wait, don't I get to roll a listen roll?
Well, Klaus has already.
I've already
passed.
heard.
Oh,
You
okay.
could go on, but
My
No,
God, I
it's
think
alright.
they're in trouble. Why don't you two rush down and help them?
Klaus, you're coming too! Let's go! The Lorna's with us! Remember, Klaus, I've got those coins you're so keen on.
Okay, so I think that means all of us are heading downstairs.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. I draw my Colt as we're heading down.
Nice.
I will
Okay.
not use a gun unless absolutely necessary, and this seems like such an occasion. I'll whip out the 38.
I'm gonna. I don't know if this is gonna like go really poorly, but I'm gonna try and, while this guy is a little bit incapacitated, lift him up and throw him towards the old lad to try and slow him down.
Okay.
It's a wrestling move. It's approved.
That would. I will request in that case. We'll do. Roll me a brawl. Roll me a brawl check. 18. Okay. New roll.
Oh God!
God.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean. Failure. I need to roll a strength roll now.
Okay.
Is the lower the number, the better?
Yeah.
Cool.
Technically, yeah, but if it's I mean, it depends on how low it was to begin with. It's all percentiles. 33. Okay, so can I get you to roll a d4 now? Okay. So, you do manage to throw it, but you will take 1 damage as it kind of like gets you on the way out. So if you wanna,
Jesus, Roy's taking deeps.
if you wanna
Doctor!
describe that.
I need healing.
Warrior is about to die. There's a Gauntlet reference for any old arcade fans there.
Yeah. So if you wanna
Elf
tell us
needs
how you do that.
food badly.
Sorry. Tell us how I do what?
So you
Narrate the
chuck him.
event.
You can throw him, but you've taken damage. So I just need you to like how have you done it?
RP it.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
I lift him up around his sort of midrifty area, haul him up while he's a little bit sort of flailing around, and just yeet him towards the other lad. He does get a nick. His tooth catches me poor lower leg on the way out, which is pretty painful. But Roy, the adrenaline of the moment, he gets up, stands strong, and is ready to defend the opening, the door opening with his plank on guard.
All right, excellent, perfect. So now they're both of these fish creatures just kind of one is the one that's in the door is kind of almost pinned to the entrance of the door, and the other one is just on the floor. But they're both getting back up quite fast, and they're looking to move in on you again. So they're only about maybe like 7 meters away from both of you right now. It's now your go, Greg.
Do him, Schnoz.
What am I doing?
Um,
I'm gonna go for another shot, aren't I?
Yeah, I know them.
Or can I? So I'm gonna move slightly so that lad isn't behind cover to me.
I will say also. So regarding combat, before we go into this, there's also multiple things you can do. I gave you obviously the surprise shot. Obviously, is one, but in combat with firearms, with handgun, there's 2 other things you can do. You can quick shot, which means you can use 3 bullets in 1 round instead of 1, but because you're firing fast, you get a penalty die. You get a penalty die to it. However, if you're in point blank range, like you are now, it would essentially negate the negative. Yeah, so you get the bonus from being point blank and the negative from rapid firing, so it would cancel each other out. For example, you can also choose to aim, which costs you a round, but it gives you a bonus die on the next round when you actually shoot.
Okay. So I can't move, so that lad's out of cover to me.
Say again, sorry?
So I could not just move a little bit to the side, so that lad that's in the doorway will be out of cover.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to get a better shot. It wouldn't really affect it in this case because, oh Jesus, what was
Sorry.
that? You could move. It wouldn't really give you that much of a.
Okay.
But
so
having said that, it might let you target the one in the doorway. It might let you target his belly and his eyes a bit better if you moved a bit, but you would be a bit further out.
if I went for a shot and he's behind cover, do I get a penalty die? Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
And how bad are the penalty die?
It basically means when you roll, you have to choose the worst of the 2.
I mean, I'll just go for a shot on him.
Okay.
So
Just a normal run of the mill shot, eh?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Handgun, roll difficulty hard or
Normal,
regular, and just normal dice amount.
Yeah, just no, you get a bonus because he's close range.
Oh yeah, cool. 26. Okay, so
now you need to roll your
D10.
gun. Yep, the gun. Right, so 6, and then plus is +2, right?
Why?
Isn't that what the thing is? Yeah. If you go into your combat,
Okay, yeah.
it's
Sure.
1d10 +2. So, yeah. So again, you kill this thing. You kill this thing straight up. So if you
I
wanna...
see. So, after quickly dispatching of the first one, I swing my gun around to notice a merman behind cover, and without hesitation, squeeze the trigger, wiping out this animal's eye as I did with the first one. He falls to the floor and dies.
Got him. Is that all 3?
Nice. No, no. There's still the one in the doorway that was behind cover.
Right.
So, at this point, the rest of you, you're all about halfway down the lighthouse now, and it's now the final fish creature vaults over the corpse of its comrade and immediately goes for the swipe on Roy.
Roy, not Roy
So-
taking more damage.
So can I get a brawl roll from Roy, please?
Roy is just
Come on,
tanking.
tank Roy.
Tanking.
Oh,
Bang
Oh,
on.
he's right on it.
God, it's just...
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So
Roy.
sort of like with your shoulder this time. Actually, no. You can give me you block it. You block it.
I'm gonna say I block it with the plank. I parry.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely. All right. So now it's your turn, Roy.
Well, okay. I'm gonna say with the momentum in my way as I take the force of this guy's attack, I'm gonna return and swing round with some force of mine own
All right. So you're going to use the
into
Flex
the facial area. You know, the old classic bridge nose.
Mhm. Right. Can I get a brawl roll then?
Go on, Roy.
Yes, Roy.
All right.
Yes, Roy.
93 again. Okay. So what's your if you roll for me the damage for the makeshift
Yeah.
weapon?
So is it? It's the roll plus the DB, right?
So yes. So you roll 1 die 4, and then your damage bonus is another die 4. So you roll 2 die 4.
3.
We've got 3.
Okay.
Not great. But,
So yeah. So it doesn't do that much damage, but you still do some damage. If you wanna narrate that.
Oh yeah. I kind of scuff my attempt. Because it's a very short, a very small passageway, and Roy is quite a big lad. So I get a kind of scuffed hit on the lad. Try and hit him in the nose area, but it just hits him. It just catches him on the side of the face. And he looks a bit battered, but he's I don't know what's that. He's gurgling at me, ready to go.
All right. Greg.
I'm gonna...
Now he's so just to forewarn you that
yeah.
shooting into a melee tussle costs you a penalty.
Yeah,
die.
no, I was gonna chuck the pistol back in my pocket, pull out the kitchen
The
knife,
kitchen knife,
and
yes.
charge the merman with
What
all
is
my
your
might.
brawl?
50.
Oh, okay.
So Roy is currently, sorry, not Roy. Charlie, the Schnoz McLean, is looking for his triple kill.
All right. Can I get a brawl roll from you then?
You can. Shit.
Oh.
Shit.
That's a fail.
Charlie the Schnoz McLean slips on his way to charge at the merman, falls on his arse, and shouts to Roy for help.
Oh no!
He gets
Wait,
instantly
why did you
decapitated.
roll 2d100?
Oh hell no! I need to. Yeah, sorry, you're right. I did it wrong. Sorry.
Trying to cheat, lads. You're trying to cheat.
No.
Fucking hell.
Sorry.
I mean, Wait, if that's the case, then he would have succeeded even harder. So
True.
I need to roll it twice. Okay, so yeah, so you come charging in. You come charging in, but neither of you do any real damage here. If you wanna narrate that, Greg.
Oh,
Or I can do it. I don't mind.
yeah, no, I run at the merman, but slip on my way towards him, falling on the ground, spilling my knife, and quickly clamber over it to grab it before being attacked.
Very, very good. Right, so at this point, the rest of you have made it down to the bottom of the stairs, and you can see this horrific sort of scene unfolding. I need to get a sanity check from the three of you that have just shown up.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Big?
that was about to be a 51.
Oh, Klaus, you poor man.
I made mine by 2.
So,
I was going to look at
Klaus,
dead
if I can
bodies.
get a 1d4 roll.
Oh,
God's
So if I
sake.
can make you lose 3 sanity, please. Yeah, so the sight of seeing these fish monsters alive sends almost like a guttural disgust through you. The idea that something this bizarre exists without you sort of knowing about it in the flesh is enough to sort of send you just a bit over the edge. And Father John and Evelyn, they have seen the corpse, but to see these weird creatures in the sort of light,
So I'm still losing
It's up-
1 anyway.
you're still both losing 1. Just to the fact that you now know that
Oof.
they definitively exist.
Is there any chance I could try to speak to one of these things?
Go on, you could try.
I'm going to take the coins out of my pocket
Okay.
and say, "Is this what you seek, you foul beast?"
Give me a. What's your best?
My
Talk.
int is 90, but I have
What's your best? Sorry, your interpersonal. So it should be
persuade
like
60.
Right. Give me a persuade roll. Okay, so you talk to them, but it is clear that they have absolutely no understanding or knowledge, or they just don't even acknowledge that you're even
So
speaking.
they're just
to them.
animals,
They're
basically.
so far removed from humanity that
Okay.
it's basically like reasoning with an animal. However, the one that's still alive, sees that you've got the coin that you raised to try and show it. It does a 180 and immediately tries to flee out of the cottage. So it basically sort of exits the brawl with Roy, and
Do I not get an attack of opportunity?
roll me a brawl. Roll me a brawl.
Yeah, plank him on the way out.
Alright.
Oh, he's getting planked.
roll me a d4.
Come on, that's
Alright.
good.
Alright, so yeah, you managed to dish a bit of damage before he leaves. Go.
Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, well, just as he's turning, I'm like, hang on a minute, mate. We were doing
You're so
something here.
far, sunshine.
Hang on,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just with my little stubby arms reach out and plonk him on the head with my nails. And I don't exactly know how he's feeling, but he stumbles and presumably escapes away.
Yeah, so you hit him over the
Society
head.
live stream
and,
rated with 12 viewers.
It doesn't really feel like the spikes are going, that far in or anything, but he definitely feels the force, at least the blunt force of the plank going to the back of his head, and it kind of stumbles forward as it's trying to make its retreat, and then basically pelts it out of the door and off into the right hand side, and you don't see where it goes from there. And that's the last you see of it.
We need to get the fuck out of here, lads.
Was it running from the coins or running for reinforcements? That's the question.
Up to you. What you guys want to do now?
How the fuck are we gonna get off this island?
I'd like to
There-
offer
there's
a
another-
quick. I've noticed the scratches on that Roy has taken fighting on our behalf, and I'd like to offer some first aid to get him back into fighting
Yes.
shape.
Right.
And whilst
Roll
you're
me.
Oh wait.
Roll me a medicine or first aid, and we'll heal 1 point from Roy if you're successful.
Well done, well done, Doc.
You injure him further.
Dr. Hawes.
Doctor causes stroke.
Okay, so what do you want to do now?
Right. So
do we
know
head?
on the
Do
map-
do we barricade ourselves in the one of the houses?
No. I think we go to the other dock, right? Because we've been to the dock on the eastern side of the island. We've not been to the western dock.
Yeah, but
yet.
equally, you want to go out on the water with these fucking things about. If we go on the water, if we go
could
out in the
be,
water, we're fighting in their backyard.
We've got to think how the FBI man got here. There could be his boat could be there.
It
and
could
we could
be.
escape the island.
What was on the radio? What was the deal with the radio? Did you tell anyone what the issue was?
Don't have to do anything with the radio in the
I
end
think
of
the
it.
storm was too heavy.
We fixed
Yeah,
it,
it's-
and then that was it.
I couldn't get any connection, mate.
I mean, we
Come on,
could go
fire it
look
back.
for another boat, but I'm just saying, it's through the woods, and if we do get on the water, it's 650 yards to the mainland, and we will be fighting frogmen the whole way. So
Yeah, but equally, if we barricade ourselves, we're instantly just giving ourselves up for being surrounded by the.
But if we can live through the night, at least we're fighting them in the daytime. That's all I'm thinking. Maybe the storm will pass overnight. I'm just trying to come up with some ideas.
That is true. They don't they in the notes earlier it did say they only came at night. So that is a good point.
Like, if we just have to stay here, barricade ourselves in and survive the night, we've got all these tools, we've got all this building, not the lighthouse, but in one of the other buildings, barricade ourselves in.
We
We've
have plenty of
shown that we
bullets
can
as
beat
well.
them. We've got ammo, we've beaten them up. There's 5 of us now instead of just 2 fighting. And I'm thinking maybe we do that and wait for dawn. Or we make a bolt for it. It's up to you guys, really. The Lord will be with us either way. It's just a suggestion.
I'm a big fan of barricading and waiting for dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, we got this
Yeah,
radio.
yeah, I
We've
agree.
managed to fix it. Let's make use of it. Wait out the storm at the very least, because even if we get to the boat, we're just going to be in the same situation as before, where we're getting
We'll get
tossed around by the
twatted
waves.
in the ocean.
No, I do agree. You've turned me.
All right. I mean,
So
the
we're
thing
gonna-
one thing is, do we want to see if there's a boat there before we barricade ourselves in? But if we do that, we're going out in the dark with all these fucking things around.
Right, the mermen can't. They can't. Presumably they can't.
They're not going to nick a boat.
Yeah.
They wouldn't steal a boat.
They wouldn't need a boat.
Yeah, true.
So,
all right,
so
I go for
We're gonna
barricade.
stay here. Yeah, we're gonna stay here until morning.
I say we grab all the tools we can and get to barricading the downstairs of the building, and then if needs be, we'll have fallback positions and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we individually each doing here?
I think we should stay together, but that's just my thought.
You can. Yeah.
Can I? I've still got those 6 unknown caliber rounds on me. Can I now have the time to correctly identify what caliber they are?
Yeah, sure. So basically they fit in the Smith & Wesson 38, the one that
Right. Ted has.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Father John Carver, thank you.
Father John.
Is this radio portable?
no, it's connected. So Ashwin, so Roy didn't really have much time to go through the channels, so potentially there's still.
All right, so how about while we're gathering the tools up here and going to and taking them to the house, because you said there were tools and things in here as well for maintaining a lighthouse. Might any of them be useful in helping us barricade the house?
The tools are in the shed that Ashwin fucked up at the start.
No, most of the tools, the actual tools and materials like timber and metal are in the workshop outside.
Okay.
The ones that are in the top are just rudimentary things like screwdrivers and stuff, just to.
All right. Does Ashwin have a gun? Roy, do you have a gun?
Just need a fist, mate. To be honest,
I can.
I'm a bit hopeless with guns.
I'm happy to go outside and stealth to the workshop.
All right.
What's there.
Very well. How about this for a suggestion? This is just an idea. Evelyn, the doctor, and I will retire to the house and find objects that we could use to barricade it. Roy, have one more go on the radio, and the other fellow whose name I've forgotten. Charlie, the schnoz. You get those tools as careful as you can and meet us at the house. How does that sound?
Good to me, Father.
Alright. Okay, so we'll start with Roy's going up to the radio. Charlie's going to the workshop. Evelyn and Father John are trying to find materials.
And the doctor.
And the doc. Okay, right. Roy, you start heading up the stairs towards the radio. Charlie, you walk sort of very slowly towards the entrance of the cottage, and can you give me a spot hidden, please?
I can. Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
The most useless private investigator of all time.
Right, and then can you give me a stealth?
He doesn't even know his own name.
Evelyn has been a superb investigator, but
okay.
He's good at sneaking and shooting, though.
So, you at this point you have a quick look around that outside. You can't see anything. You or sort of crouch down, sort of like lower yourself, and you start.
Do I click the prone button?
No, that means you're dying.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
So you're crouched down, and you slowly walk outside of the house, and towards the workshop. Can I get another spot hidden from you, Greg?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, so basically as you sort of reach the workshop, and you turn the corner to go into the door, one of the fish creatures is making its way towards you just by happenstance. And immediately upon seeing you, it gets ready to attack.
Is John's the only one out here?
Yeah, I'm by myself.
Why did we do that?
That's cool.
We've seen him off. I mean, we've sent. I mean, you guys are the best fighters.
It doesn't matter because my guy, he can't figure out how to walk through a doorway, but he can shoot someone in the eye with expert precision. So
the thing is, if anyone's going to go off on their own, it's got to be the strongest people. With three of us together, we've got a chance to overwhelm one of these things if it comes at us.
Does this merman have to be limping after being hit by a plank several times by any chance?
No, it doesn't seem to have any.
That's cool. I'll whip out my pistol then if that's an option.
Okay, yeah.
And while he's bounding towards me, I let him get a little bit closer, so he's very close range.
So he's already quite close, so he's already within sort of 5 meters of you.
Oh, perfect. So he's point blank. I can't miss effectively.
Well, one sec.
Is there not initiative in this game?
Yeah, there is, and Greg, I don't think it has the initiative here. You don't.
Oh, fuck, am I going to get hit?
Yeah, because you didn't catch it by surprise, so it immediately is upon you before you get a chance
Okay.
to
Cool.
pull the pistol out.
Sorry,
so
Greg.
can you,
I'm rolling a brawl, am I?
can you roll me a brawl, please?
Nice.
Alright.
Nice.
My guy can fight like an animal.
Yeah.
Oof.
So can the fishman.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, but not
So-
as well.
well, not as well, surely.
No,
I
it's,
still
the
fuck
same,
you
it's
up.
the
It's
same.
even,
It's a
though.
pass. It's a regular pass for both of us. So
Oh, I see.
basically, I need to. Roll down.
Do we cancel each other out and neither of us do damage,
No.
or do we
You
both
just
take
agree to
damage?
disagree on this
Aye.
one.
I see.
You've lost 1 health, please.
Fuck.
So
Oh.
it bounds towards you. The mud outside has gotten to the point where it's really quite slippery, and just like the fish creature kind of launches itself at you, similar to the one in the hallway, but the mud kind of causes it to miss its trajectory, and it manages to swipe you with its claws down the arm, but then kind of lands on its back right next to you, ready to get up and attack straight away.
Oh. So I can't just execute it on the floor.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
it's your turn now.
Right. Well, he's too close now for the gun, so knife time.
Okay.
Knife time. So I'm gonna brawl him.
Yeah.
Greg fucking dies out here, lads.
He's not gonna die.
Oh fucking hell! I'm gonna die.
Oh,
Okay.
So
So
so we both have a swing and a miss.
yeah,
he,
they've
does,
got
does he not critical fail with 84? What's that?
No, I
No,
think
You
it's,
got 96
critical
to crit
fail is
fail.
96. So,
96.
for creatures, it's like 100 anyway. So yeah, so you both fumble. So if you wanna,
Right. So I brawl him again. Do I?
no, if you wanna explain
Oh.
how you both,
I point at the sky and say, "Look, an aeroplane," and then attempt to stab the creature, but simply miss because I'm stupid. Then the creature,
Doesn't know what an aeroplane is.
then the
What the
creature
fuck?
turns around and knocks me over with his elbow. I quickly stand up, and nothing has happened of significance.
okay. The rest of you inside the house, can I get a listen check,
oh,
please?
this is my forte. A beanstick.
Is it now? Oh, yes, John Carver.
Sounds like trouble outside.
Save me, John, please.
Father John, you hear the sound of like the sort of kerfuffle barely in the rain. You do manage to hear it, and as you just sort of dash towards the entrance to see what's happened, can I get a spot hidden from you, please?
This is not my forte.
Oh, so you've heard, but then you think, nothing's
In the
happened.
wind.
Those merman noises.
So you do know that there's a fight, and you know roughly where it is.
Can I not like run to a window and that's overlooking the possible? I mean, I know where the schnoz was headed. I'll
Yeah.
run and see, look out a window and see if I can see what's happening.
Absolutely, okay. And what would Evelyn and Klaus like to
Did-
do at this point?
Did
Assuming
John
I don't know
tell
if,
us?
did you tell them, Ted,
Tell him what?
that you heard something?
I think there's trouble outside.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Irish Ford 51 just resubbed for 37 months.
Guess I'll head to the doorway and see if I can see anything too.
Sure, okay.
Yes, I
And
believe.
Klaus,
I tuck down nearer the stairs, ready to make my escape if necessary.
You fucker.
can I get a spot hidden from you, Miles?
Okay,
Right.
dude.
Yeesh.
Bro, Mars
Miles,
is okay.
you sort of come round the back of Father John, and you're
Oh.
also looking out. You're also looking out towards where you heard where he apparently heard the sound. However, as you are looking in that direction, pinpricks of light kind of catch your attention. The light from people's lanterns and the flashlight, for example, and you can make out that there's at least another 2 of these fish creatures
Oh fuck.
in the gloom surrounding the buildings and the lighthouse.
Oh boy.
So you know
shit.
that there's at least you don't know what's happening with Charlie at the moment. You can assume, but you know that there's at least another 2 of these fish creatures kind of nearby, and they're heading towards you.
Can I? Actually, never mind.
Is Klaus gonna come out of his? his
No, I was gonna say
slumber?
if I'm aware of this, I'm gonna call up the stairs for Roy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're not.
Roy,
You're
Roy, get back down here now!
I can alert Klaus.
What's that?
There's more of them coming. We need you here.
Do I have to roll a listen?
No. You can hear them.
Okay. Roy is fucking charging down the stairs.
So, as these things are sort of they're in the light that you've turned on from the house is kind of illuminating maybe like sort of 10 meters around quite brightly, but then going down by quite a significant degree up to about 20 meters where the sort of darkness just fills in. At that moment that you see the sort of creatures come in and Roy's coming down the stairs, the generator cuts, and all the lights in the lighthouse just go out completely. So now it's complete darkness, and the only things you have are the lanterns and the very small flame from the kitchen, the candles that are in the kitchen.
How many lanterns are lit out of interest currently? Klaus still has. No, he gave it to John, didn't he?
John has my lantern.
John is.
I'm at a window.
Oh, okay, yeah. So John and Evelyn have light. Klaus and Thingy must rely on the kitchen light currently, and there's a spare lantern on the wall still, isn't there? I think.
Do I know where the lanterns are?
Plague does.
Can I pour some oil on my plank and
Okay.
light it?
Oil on your plank. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Oiling your plank. This is a combat situation. That's disgusting. What are you...
Yeah. Okay. So, you take the plank to the kitchen. You just like dump all the stuff from it, and you pour a bit of oil. Maybe you could use some cloth or something. Is there any other? You're just gonna try it.
Well, yeah, sure.
Bang.
I mean, if I'm in the kitchen, I'll try and sort of get an oil-soaked cloth and wrap it around.
Yeah. All right. So the rag, that is sort of kitchen rag, you wrap it around, and now you have it's covered the nails, so it no longer really works as a sort of offensive weapon per se, but it's now like a torch basically.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna open the window and chuck these coins out into the darkness. I've got the bag of coins, and I'm gonna shout, "Here's your cursed coins!" and throw them.
Just like at a football match, just pelting them.
Yeah, I'm gonna coin them.
You toss the coins out of the window, and almost immediately you can see a creature, not one of the ones that Evelyn saw from the doorway, but a different one, just scrambles out of the brush and just grabs the coins and heads back into the bush.
And the frogman?
Curses John.
The rest of them, they're still advancing towards you.
Okay, I'm sorry,
guys.
I tried.
Because they still know or know that there's a coin in the house.
Oh no! I don't understand.
Not sure where
We've
it's
given
gone.
them the coins.
Not sure where it's gone. Not sure where it's gone, but yeah.
And I still haven't admitted that I dropped a coin to anyone yet. So no one else but me knows that there's a coin rolling around under the floorboards in the kitchen.
You fucking bastards.
So right. So at this point, we have 2 that are definitely advancing on the cottage. Father John's in the window. Evan's in the doorway. Klaus is by the stairs. Greg, we're going back to Charlie.
No.
And it's we'll just do one quick.
Leg it! Run, Charlie!
No.
I'm taking a turn
Because
first.
the others are converging
roll-
on you. I'm in a 1v1 scenario now.
Can you roll a brawl for me then?
Yeah. Oh, Charlie.
Right, so the fish monster tries to get up to basically attack, and it immediately just slips into the mud, and it does kind of hit you with the back of its hand in your leg. It kind of hurts a bit, but it's not really enough to deal any sufficient damage. But it's now on its kind of hands, like webbed hands on knees, and it's now looking to get back up, so it's about to attack you again. Can I ask for a listen roll from you?
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, so you don't notice, you can't hear, but there is another fish creature
Oh, Jesus Christ.
coming in from essentially from behind you.
Oh, shit.
Not one of the ones that Evelyn and the rest of them saw. So if it immediately basically jumps on your back almost.
Right.
It's not hugely effective, but it's now in a brawl. You have two of these fish monsters in a brawl with you.
Yeah.
Can you give me another brawl roll, but with a penalty die?
What, -1 or?
Yeah.
You are fucked, mate.
It'd be sad if I could hit some rolls.
True.
Is there nothing I
Right.
can do about it? Can I not, like, try and run inside or anything?
You can on your turn, yeah. You will be able
Okay,
to.
cool.
So it's on your back, and it kind of not like properly piggyback, but it's basically kind of behind you, and it manages to sort of slice a bit of your like around your hips essentially, as it tries to get a grip on you. So you lose one damage.
Yeah.
As it's trying to like get a hold of you basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
Munt, can I just ask?
Yeah.
Do you think there's like half an hour left of this, or?
What we'll do is we'll wrap up Greg's little
kerfuffle.
We'll wrap up Greg's little kerfuffle, and then once everyone's sort of on the same page, we can save it here.
Okay.
And then go. There's still, I think it's going to be one more session.
Okay.
After this.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, yeah, Greg, what do you want to do?
So I'm near the workshop, aren't I? Because I managed to miss the doorway. So I'm gonna try and run inside the workshop.
Inside the workshop. So the door to the workshop is only maybe like 3 meters away. The entrance to the cottage is it's around the back of the lighthouse, so it's like 20-30 meters you have to in order to get back into the cottage.
Yeah.
So yeah, up to you what you wanna.
What would I be rolling if I tried to run to the cottage?
Dodge.
And if I tried to go into the workshop?
So first thing so you want to go into the workshop, right? And presumably try and like do something there. So you'll have to try and fighting maneuver your way off the one that's kind of behind you to try and push it off, and then you'll probably have to make a dodge, a dodge or a dexterity roll, whichever one you want, to evade both of them and then make your way inside. So but you're gonna have to do those either way, which if you want to go to the lighthouse, or if you go to the lighthouse, there might be a chance that they catch you.
Yeah. Then there's a chance they'd catch me if I went to the lighthouse.
I mean, you could run, and they might be able to catch you. Obviously, if you go in the workshop, they will get in eventually, right?
Yeah. So So in both places, I would brawl. I'd roll a
You'd
brawl
have to.
get the geezer off my back,
Yep, and then
a
dodge.
dexterity
Or dodge to evade them.
I think I'll try and run back to the cottage, or at least if I get a little bit closer, then the other guys can hear my screams and come and shoot them for me.
Absolutely. Right, so roll me a brawl.
Fucking hell!
Oh,
it's close.
Oh,
You
actually,
both almost fucked it up.
So so basically we both fumble. So
we're all slipping in the mud.
This is a hell of a fight.
Yeah, this is such a fucking awful fight. So we're both slipping in the mud. I spot my chance to escape.
Yeah.
So I roll my dexterity, which lands.
Alright, nice.
So I sprint back towards the cottage, leaving my enemies in the dust, in the very thick mud, while screaming for my friends.
Well,
Evelyn!
the one that's that was previously like getting up is still like in the process of chasing you, but the one that you almost like elbowed, elbowed it, and it gave you like 2 seconds extra time, so it's right on your heels. Let me quickly check. What is your move?
Do I do another dexterity or something?
I think it's just a foot race at this point.
Can I charm him?
I'll try speaking Spanish to them. I can do that.
Give me.
I'll recite him the law.
Give me another dexterity roll.
Okay. Oh, mate, I'm Usain Bolt.
So this other one kind of like dives. It's actually faster than you, but it dives for your, like, trying to get your sort of hips and feet in an attempt to slow you down, and through sheer luck, really, you kind of the sort of grassy knolls around the lighthouse. Your feet basically make this almost like you're stumbling through as you're running, and this weird pattern of running essentially makes it miss as it tries to dive, and it kind of lands face first into a bunch of grass. It's immediately back up on its feet and chasing you,
and now I'm shouting.
Yeah, you're shouting. You're pretty much at the entrance of the cottage now.
Evelyn, John, Evelyn, help!
It sounds alright out there. You don't sound urgent at all. What's the problem?
Oh, John, your accent's gone.
What's the crack out there? Like, it sounds fine. All right, well, we better, let him in and then slam the door behind him, surely.
Lock him out, leave him to fend for himself. Oh, God.
Yeah, you're just gonna close the door.
I thought you two were gonna post there with your pistols and shoot them as they chase me.
No, jeez, I'm a terrible.
You don't want to try and.
All right, I'll have a go. Why not? I'll shoot.
Why not? You just shoot me in the face.
As soon as he's in, I'll fire one shot out, see if I can hit this.
Well, Miles has also got Miles has got a pistol and is good at shooting.
All right, well, we'll both take a shot. Mary Sue's gonna hit her, but I'll give it a go. Here we
both of you roll a.
Nope.
Oh, nice. All right, so
yes, Miles.
Can you roll me? So what's your cult do? 1d10. So I can get a 1d10 from you.
Oh. A critical hit.
Where was that?
He's rolled an 8.
Yeah, so 8, and then it has armor, but I kind of forgot to put it in. So you do serious damage. So obviously you narrate this, but you do serious damage to it, but it doesn't kill it.
I see the fishman chasing Charlie as he runs towards the door, and I fire a shot behind him, just to try and slow him down. And by chance, I hit the fishman, and that's it.
I just sort of wave the gun out there and fire because I want to see.
You cover your eyes and shoot upwards.
Yeah, I just want to. If he wants to join me in a boxing ring, then we'll see who's who, me or the fishman. But I promised I'd never shoot anything again. That was a dark day in Belfast on the main streets.
Right. Okay. So, so you're closing the door on it.
Oh yeah, we're slamming the door.
Right.
We could barricade the door. There were armchairs in the study, right? Someone
We'll
could
slam the
get
door
on.
and latch straight away, and hopefully it'll buy us enough time to barricade
Yeah.
something.
All right. That's a good point too. So basically, we'll say it gets hit. Evelyn managed to shoot it, and it's like injured, but it's still going.
While
You
it's
slam the door
reeling, we
shut.
slam the
Yeah.
door. Yeah.
You slam the door shut, and there's like almost like a silence for a few seconds, and then it's like pounding on the door immediately. But because of its almost like critical state, you feel like you'll have a tiny bit of time to prepare for
More.
its comrades to show up.
Evelyn,
And they're
fetch
still
some chairs.
moving.
We'll barricade the door. I'll hold
They're
them
still
off.
moving in towards
I've got
the
decent
cottage.
strength and size, so I'm gonna hold the door with my body while we grab some fucking shit to barricade it with.
Sure, and obviously we're still in complete darkness now, other than the lanterns.
I'm just going to be waving my torch about.
So shall we call it there?
Yeah, let's
I
stop
think
there. We'll pick it up next week, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff, man. Fucking hell, that was really good.
Great.
Enjoyed that a lot.
Honestly. Do I have to do anything to save my notes or whatever?
I don't think so. Maybe just copy and paste it and put it in like a doc or something, just in case. I don't actually know if it will save.
I haven't really
Where have
made
you
any
saved your
notes. Oh, on journal, I've added one note, but we don't need it. It's yeah.
I've been taking a lot of notes. I'm not
I wrote down.
I've been doing my notes in Google Docs.
I wrote ship went down Feb 12th, 1926, and coins washed ashore. We know that now. So that
I've
was
written
just
about
that was
a
just
page
earlier.
in
Right.
Google Docs. I haven't written anything past going up the trapdoor and finding bodies.
All right.
Yeah, no, neither have I really.
Well,
It's mostly just been
so-
battling.
yeah. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, but next time we play, I don't know exactly when that'll be. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll round it
That
off.
will probably be the rounding off of this session, and then we'll go properly into, because there's like loads of stuff with the houses you own and making a society to investigate things, and all like going around the world. There's all
Well,
stuff,
we've seen enough now to form a group.
So
for
we'll
sure.
go into the more sandboxy after next session.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Good stuff. I'll see you
Right.
guys next time.
All right.
Peace out, lads.
Peace.
All right, and I shall see you guys tomorrow. But we'll pick this up when we can. Obviously, we're all quite busy. Finding a time when we can all do it is a bit tricky. But we will round this off in good time. I hope you can join us then. Those of you that stuck with us, hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace out.